following broadcast is a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Broadcast is a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Cameras are ready. The headset is on. It's game time.
And welcome inside the Target Center tonight. I'm Jason Groth with Lance Rock as we have Class 2A high school basketball action on tap for you today here on the Magnitude Broadcast Network. I'm Jason Groth with Lance Rock. Again, it's the Yellow Jackets and the Caledonia Warriors, the number 2 seed with a record of 27-1. The Yellow Jackets coming in with a record of 18-10. And Lance, we're here courtside at the Target Center. Just to our right is the players' benches as we look on the teams warming up in what should be an exciting contest tonight here at the Target Center.
Exactly, Jason, and what an exciting time for both squads and both towns, and just excited to be here. And it kind of reminds me of Hoosiers, and you start to think about these 1A and 2A squads coming to the city. Not that it's like the Hoosiers of old. I mean, these guys are been here and around, but just coming into this huge arena and just the depth of stadium seats and how big the court is, and you kind of got to remind yourself it's the same basketball you use at the Hive. It's the same size that you're shooting into, and the backboard's the same size, but it's got to have a different feel for these guys, and you can kind of see the nervous smiles and the nervous energy, and different kids are chewing gum and they're doing different things to kind of control that nervous pace, and you can just see it on their face. And I think that's going to be one of the early starts, Jason, is who can control that? Who can control that internal butterflies, so to speak, and be able to come out and play their style of game?
We'll have a lot of things to touch on in our pregame show here on the Magnitude Sports Radio Network. And one of those things we'll talk about is looking at the other side of Caledonia. You have a 6'2" senior guard in Eli King, who's up for Mr. Basketball. He's going to Iowa State, and he's going to be a key focus and integral part to this broadcast. Yeah,
he's a really, really good player. I got to watch a couple games lately, Jason, and he just is a well-rounded player. A little bit like Owen Leach, not maybe quite as tall. I think he does a lot of the same type things. When you set up for Mr. Basketball, he's made it to the Final Five. So he's one of the top 5 kids according to the vote in the state of Minnesota. He averages 22 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists in the game, and he had 30 in the section final game. And anybody who can come out and hit that 30-point mark in a section final game has got to be a really good basketball player. And he comes from a long line of brothers that were all good basketball players and good football players, and really has been a strong part of that tradition of Caledonia in all their sports.
Should be an interesting one. We'll take a look at the brackets right now as in the road to a state championship. The Yellow Jackets are a random draw team. They did not get seeded. Here they seed the top 5 teams and then draw the next 3, and the Yellow Jackets drew the Caledonia Warriors, the number 2 seed. The winner of this game will play the winner of Pequot Lakes and Annandale, which will follow us on this stream. Mike Mason will have the call. Keep that live and active, and you can listen in to Pequot Lakes and Annandale following the conclusion of this game. And then on the other side of the bracket, Glencoe Silver Lake, they drew the number 1 seed Minneapolis North in the one random draw game, and then the 4-5 contest will be Minnehaha Academy taking on Morris area Chicago, Alberta That's going on at Williams Arena. So we have half the bracket here at the Target Center, the other half taking place over across the way at Williams Arena. And we'll take a quick timeout, come back, and we'll have more as our pregame show rolls along here on the Magnitude Sports Radio Network.
There's no question that yield is at the core of everything we do at Stein. It's why we are here today, and it's what will continue to propel us and our growers into the future of agriculture. Stein Enlist E3 soybeans provide a significant dollar per acre yield benefit, plus access to the best weed control in the industry. That is yield plus results. Yield expected, yield delivered. Stein Enlist E3 soybeans have yield.
Perham Public Schools, School of Champions. Perham Public Schools, School of Champions.
And welcome back here courtside at the Target Center. I'm Jason Groth with Lance Rock as we're a few moments away from the start of tonight's game between the Caledonia Warriors and the Perham Yellow Jackets. And Lance, the Warriors come in with a record of 27-1. Their lone loss is to DeForest, Wisconsin, and it was a 3-point defeat by a score of 60-57. And their path to the state tournament was a battle as they earned a 70-53 victory over Triton, followed that up with a narrow battle with Lewis and Altura by a score of 55-53, and then went to triple overtime with Plainview, Elgin, Millville, and were able to pull that off 72-61.
Right, and you think, boy, they're not playing very well maybe because they struggled in being the number 2 team in the state. Section 1A, Jason, as I looked at, depending on what rankings you looked at, about 4 of those teams are in the top 15 in the state of Minnesota, and 3 of them in the top 10. And so it's really good basketball. And I know that Plainville, Elgin, Millville team was really, really good and took them right down to the wire. Thus being that Caledonia pulled it out. And as you look at their schedule, it's kind of a unique schedule, using your word unique, in that they play some 1A schools, they play 2A. They had a real impressive win against Totino Grace, who's the number 1 seed coming into the 3A tournament. They beat them by a point at Totino Grace High School, which is a huge victory. And as I did some research, they have 3 losses in the last 2 years. Only one of them has come to a team in Minnesota, and it was in last year's state championship.
And now you look at the Yellow Jackets' road to get here. They open with that 68-37 victory over Crookston, followed up with a 67-59 victory over Hawley, knocked off Pelican Rapids by a score of 43-37, and then defeated DGF by a score of 54-40. And one of the things you may notice in those games, low scoring, strong defense for the Yellow Jackets.
Right, and exactly their game plan probably played to a T, and I think if you want to peak at the right time, and this is definitely the right time going into tournament play. And I think the Yellow Jackets have played their best basketball, starting probably, if you look back to the last regular season game against Bemidji. They went to Bemidji, beat a really good, strong Bemidji team, and that kind of catapulted them into that next level and getting ready for the tournament. No slouches in who they played. Hawley had a really good team. Pelican Rapids was really good. Beat us twice during the regular season. And what a battle with DGF. It was a 14-point game, I think, is what it ended up being. But it wasn't that game. It was a nip and tuck battle back and forth, and one of those where you had kind of said, and we kind of saw it, I think Owen Leach just kind of ran out of gas towards the end, and when he ran out of gas, there was nobody else to pick up the pieces for DGF that night, and he did everything he could to get them down here. And again, he's one of those top players that we're going to be talking about for sure next year and definitely at the end of this year. But it was a really good tournament for the Yellow Jackets, and definitely think they're playing their best basketball right now.
We'll talk about some keys to the game, Lance, but do you have a quick question some people might have asked? Have these two teams played before? They have, but it was a few years ago, December 8th of 2018. The Yellow Jackets defeated Caledonia 66-61 during a tip-off classic. Carter Cressup had 19, Josh Zazorski had 15. Eli King was a freshman in that game, Lance, as you were able to dig in and find some research.
Yeah, and he scored, I think, 12 or 13 as a freshman in that game. So now he's coming in as that veteran senior. And everybody knows that group of the Yellow Jackets was a really, really good team. Found themselves down in the state tournament and played really well while they were down there. So I didn't go any further back. I don't know if there's any matchups. That was the most recent one that I could find. But, yeah, just a great it's going to set up for a nice game, and it's going to be, as we talk about keys to the game, Jason, I don't want to steal what we're going to talk about, but it's going to be two different styles of basketball.
Yeah, the Yellow Jackets, to be honest, are going to play that defensive half-court game, want to try to muck it up a little bit. Caledonia is going to want to get out and run, and I think another thing we got to talk about, for you, the Yellow Jackets down here, play with nothing to lose. Leave it just – pressure's on Caledonia. It's not on you as the Yellow Jackets.
Right, and sometimes it is nice coming in, being the underdog, and having that where you don't have that pressure on you to get back like Caledonia was here last year. They really have their set sight probably on getting back to that championship and winning it. The Yellow Jackets are coming down kind of the under-the-radar type of team. And when you're that type of team and you combine it with the defense that the Yellow Jackets play, it can be dangerous, especially if Caledonia, I don't think they'll do this, but if they happen to overlook a little bit going, hey, what is tomorrow night going to bring, they could find themselves in trouble tonight against the Yellow Jackets.
Well, we'll take a quick timeout as our pregame show rolls along live here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
KLN is home to great companies like Kenny's Candy and Tuffy's Pet Foods. Matt Nagel here. I was raised right here in Lakes Country. Our products are top-notch. Working for a successful, locally owned family business means job security, pride, and a connection to our local communities. Join us at Kenny's Candy. Experience an awesome benefit program, competitive wages, a sign-on bonus, and profit sharing. Shop local, work local. Get started at klnfamilybrands.com or call 347-0525 and ask for Matt.
I'm Trevor Seaman with United Community Bank, and we are down with Erica Saylor at Lakes Ace Hardware, downtown Perham. That transition to being a small business owner, how did United Community Bank help with you guys acquiring Lakes Ace Hardware?
They were through the whole process when we starting to do the purchase. They were super helpful, helped us out with everything, and just really easy to work with.
Check out the Backyard in Perm. They have the largest selection of bird seed, assorted suets, and bird feeders in the area. Over 50 different varieties of pet food and pet treats, and an even bigger selection of pet toys, leashes, collars, and more. The Backyard is also your pet's destination for a spa day. The grooming salon is open Monday through Friday for grooms, nail trims, and baths. And book a stay for your pet at the Backyard Boarding and Play Care, a brand new facility made to make your pet feel at home. If your pet needs a comfortable place to stay, call Backyard Boarding and Play Care.
And welcome back into the Target Center. I'm Jason Groth with Lance Rock for this audio broadcast, online broadcast of today's contest between the Perham Yellow Jackets and the Caledonia Warriors here. The Warriors coming in the number 2 seed, the Yellow Jackets unseeded in the random draw. The Yellow Jackets have headed back to the locker room as they have 5 minutes before introductions and tip-off. The Warriors are still here at their bench, but maybe the Yellow Jackets getting a quick talk as now the fans to our right here. You can hear in the background our Yellow Jackets are to our right. The Caledonia fans are straight across from our location here at Media Row, sitting on WCCO Radio Row today here at the Target Center. Lance, keys to the game first. We'll talk about the Yellow Jackets side of things.
Yeah, if you're the Yellow Jackets, I think no surprise in what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to slow the pace down. And by slowing the pace down, I think sometimes you win if you take 2, 3, 4 minutes off the clock in every possession. By doing that, you keep the ball out of King's hands, and you're going to hear that name, Eli King, a lot from us tonight, and that's part of it. So pace of the game, you're going to have to play like you did against Leach. I think it's going to be Micah Thompson on Eli King again, just like he was on Leach. Can he wear him down with his length and his size? And Micah's a really, really good defender. I think they have to rebound really well tonight. When the Yellow Jackets play well, they limit the possession. So every key that I've had so far, Jason, is limiting the possessions for the Caledonia Warriors. And I think that is the real key tonight is how can they do that? And the last thing, I don't think you can turn the ball over. If we get into a turnover game, I think it's going to be a real struggle for the Yellow Jackets tonight because this is a real athletic, quick Caledonia team.
And on the other side, you look at Caledonia, you know what they're going to want to do tonight. They're going to run. They want to run, and get that score up in the 70s, 80s, 60s, 70s, and try to do that tonight, send that message against the Yellow Jackets here tonight.
Right, and to be able to run, they're going to have to, if their defense can cause turnovers, I think that's really, the Jackets don't want to turn the ball over. Caledonia is going to try to press you. They're going to take chances. You're going to hear about them trying to make steals and maybe taking some chances and going. Control the glass, and I'm kind of interested if the Yellow Jackets force them to play a half-court game. Can they, if they slow them down, are they able to play in that half-court set? A lot of people don't think that maybe the Yellow Jackets can slow this Caledonia team down. But they didn't think they'd slow Hawley down, and they didn't think they'd slow DGF down, and they did. So let's see how that all plays out tonight. And it's definitely a battle of two different styles of basketball, and the Yellow Jackets wanting to slow the pace, and the Caledonia wanting to get out and get on the run and throw the dunks down as often as they can.
Starting lineups today, first for the Caledonia Warriors, the home team, and the number 2 seed with 27-1 record. Starting at a 4 to 6'3" senior number 0, Christopher Piper. Starting at a guard, a 6'2" senior number 1, Eli King. Starting at a guard, a 6'4" senior number 10, Jackson Kepke. Starting at a guard, a 6'3" senior number 14, Deshaun Simpson. And starting at a guard, a 5'10" senior number 30, Thane Miners. As the Yellow Jackets come back onto the floor for introductions. And the Yellow Jackets, their familiar 5. Starting at a guard, a 6'4" junior number 1, Micah Thompson. At a guard, a 6' junior number 2, Chaz Melvin. At a guard, a 6'3" junior number 3, Soren Anderson. At a guard, a 5'10" senior number 4, Marcus Belka. And at a forward, a 6'2" junior, Jacob Daniels. The Yellow Jackets coached by Dave Kressup. He's assisted by Brian Schwantz, Grant Turkheising, Brent Hansen, Ryan Ruder, and Tim Schmitz. Caledonia head coach is Brad King. He's assisted by Bob Beermeister and Austin Bauer. So we're roughly a few minutes from introductions and the national anthem here, live from the Target Center. We thank you for tuning in to the Magnitude Sports Media Network for this online broadcast of this Class 2A tournament. Again, we'll have another game following us as Annandale takes on Pequot Lakes, and that will follow on this stream. And we thank you for tuning in here tonight.
And that's one you're gonna want to listen to just for the fact of if Perham wins, who do they play in the winners bracket, and if they don't come out victorious tonight, who are they going to play in the consolation bracket? So a lot of things come to play tonight in this, and I just think to hit a couple names, we talked about Eli King. Jackson Kepke can just flat out shoot it. He's 6'4", really good shooter. Jason Simpson is 6'3", 6'4". He finishes well. He's got good handles. And then Thane Miners is a shortstop commit in Upper Iowa, from what I can gather, can really shoot the three and is a good ball handler. And so they are well-rounded, well-versed team in what they want to do. It'll be interesting to see some matchups. Again, I kind of know where we really know a couple of them off the bat, I think. Micah Thompson, I definitely think will draw the Eli King matchup tonight, Jason, and that's going to be a good one. And this is probably, I hate to break in because I know you can't see it, but I kind of want to tell you what's happening here is these screens in the Target Center, if you haven't been here, are ginormous. I mean, it is like crazy. how big they are. And right now they're introducing the Yellow Jackets reserves, and what a great thing. It kind of sends a chill down my spine to watch these kids step out and get shown in the Target Center, where they probably watch a lot of their heroes and a lot of the people that they have emulated their games after on this floor.
Well, we had that debate during the Section 8 2A championship. Would you rather be here or the barn? I think a lot of the kids nowadays in this day and age are happy to be on this court. You see them all looking up at the jumbotrons that have just been purchased in the last few years as part of the Target Center rebuild and restructure to kind of upgrade it a little bit as the new ownership. I know it was before the new ownership. The city of Minneapolis has put in a lot of money into this city, and now you got the new ownership that's really invested in the T-Wolves, and the T-Wolves are making a run. And I think a lot of these guys look up to that squad right now.
Yeah, and if you don't have to look any further to our student section that's across the way from us, and 90% of them are in NBA jerseys right now. And so what a crazy thing. And so I think for some of those kids, it is a great place. And let's not take it away. We're kind of the nostalgic old school guys, and we love Williams Arena, and there's nothing wrong with that either, but I think there's a little bit of that excitement here. And one of the things that is really something to think about is the size of the floor, Jason, as it's not the same size as the high school floor, and that may play a part into tonight's game.
I think in theory that might be advantage Caledonia if they like to run, and they're going to try to run and tire out the Yellow Jackets who want to play that half-court game. One thing's different. They've changed kind of how they've done the introductions. Instead of doing the normal run out, it's just step out, get a hand of applause, and wave. I think it's still kind of we're still in it. We don't want to believe it. We're still in the COVID-19 pandemic, and that's played a role in some of this.
Right, and this is a good way to do it, especially here where you can see on the big screen and you're larger than life up there. And so, again, probably just to finish that statement, the length of the floor is 84 feet, and if you go to the Hive or you're listening and you're in a normal high school, it's 94 feet here. So 10 more feet, and it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you start to look at this court and we're sitting on one end of the gym and you look to the other side, you can definitely tell there's a difference in the size of the floor. And I think, again, it's more to defend for the Yellow Jackets. And if you're a fast break team, it gives you more of a chance to get out on that fast break. So maybe advantage Caledonia a little bit, but who's to say? And again, I think it's going to be those nerves and who comes out and is ready to roll. And for Caledonia, a lot of their kids played last year in the state tournament. Maybe they're a little bit more prepared for what today is, and maybe not quite so wide-eyed. But don't ever count out the Yellow Jackets, and Coach Cressup and his staff will have these boys ready to play.
Should be unique to see how this plays out. A lot of what-ifs, and they'll be answered momentarily between the Yellow Jackets and the Warriors as the introduction's taking place here at the Target Center. Courtside here, we got a great view in the corner, I would say, by the Caledonia bench as we're trying to give you a picture of what we're looking at as you listen in. And we have a lot of energy. I mean, the crowd, good-sized crowd from both sides come down and made the trek over.
Right, equally as good as the 4A games that we watched before. So that just kind of shows you that small towns and the traveling and being here, and so it's just great. And a lot of people have asked me, because I've done some of the research and they know that we were doing this game, what's your prediction? And I have a hard time predicting these games because high school sports, that's the one unique thing about them. I think you look at NBA games or you look at college games sometimes and you go, these teams should win, and they're going to win. And here, high school, there's so many factors. I think if Perham can keep in the 50s, they'll be okay. If it gets higher, it'll be Caledonia's game.
And one thing I thought with the new session, it would be a national anthem. We're going right into action as we get ready to go here. There will be no anthem, so the game will be underway right away.
Yeah, so we'll get the scoreboard will be going here for us, and we'll get those things happening, and we'll be ready to roll as we're going right live to action.
Eli King and Soren Anderson will tip to start things off.
And those of you who are listening, Eli King is about the same size as Soren Anderson. So you look, they almost look alike there.
Miners gets the opening tap right to King. As you listen in, it'll be left to right for the Warriors, and they throw it away. Yellow Jackets coming right to left. As you tune in and listen in, Yellow Jackets in their road whites. Caledonia going to full court pressure with their road blacks and gold trim. Thompson met there by Kepke is across the timeline to Anderson. Anderson with it, looking things over. Goes right side, hands it off. Thompson. Now getting pressure, gets it to Anderson. Jackson Kepke doing a good job on Anderson, not giving him much space. Caledonia can defend as Thompson picks up the dribble and a foul. Foul's going to be on Thane Miners as he gets the reach.
And again, I think it's maybe the officials getting, that was kind of a touch foul compared to what we've seen in the section play. And I'm impressed right away, opening tip, how their defense looks, and Caledonia gets up in your grill.
Anderson drives, dishes into the lane. Thompson fights off the double, looks for help, gets it to Daniels. Daniels at the MDA three-point line, thought about it, fakes, and now gets it to Thompson. Thompson guarded closely, now goes over to Melvin. Melvin goes to his left to Thompson. The Yellow Jackets working the offense and content, as we talked about in the pregame show. Belka with it to Daniels, but it's stolen away. Getting the steal is King. King to the hoop and throws it down for two.
And I think that's what you're going to see is the difference, is most are struggling to find a layup. He is not. He just took that through a crowd and just two-hand slammed it right off of a 2-foot jump, and wow, impressive start for King.
And now the Yellow Jackets on the far side turn it over, and it's going to give the ball back to the Warriors. Warriors going to get the basketball. King with the dunk. That's the only point so far. King with the basketball. He's going to get met by Micah Thompson. Now they'll hand it off there for Miners. Miners into the lane, gets cut off, spins, goes up strong and good for two. Thane Miners works inside.
And Belka had great defense. He was all over him on that one. Miners just kind of kept spinning around, and here comes that press again. And he was just so strong, and they tie up the ball. And here's, I don't think the Yellow Jackets are going to be able to really take a breath. And pace of the game started, Jason, Caledonia's favor.
They lead early 4-0 on our United Community Bank scoreboard. We thank you for tuning in. As Thompson will inbound. Now to Soren Anderson. Anderson near half court, now crosses the timeline to Belka near side. He leaps up, gets the pass. Belka looking to drive, now goes up top. Goes over to Anderson at the three-point line, and the free throw line extended. Nice spin move into the lane by Anderson, shot no good. And King skies for the rebound. The Iowa State commit making his mark here in the early going.
So much defense and so much length by Caledonia as we see a ball tip out of bounds and into the Perham Yellow Jackets bench. Soren Anderson's used to being able to go over the top of him. He got by King on his patented spin move. There were two more 6'4" guys waiting for him there.
King gets the inbounds for the Warriors. Goes to the right side. Kepke drops it down low, that time for Jay-Sean Simpson. Simpson brings it back out with the left-hand dribble. Now they swing it over. Miners, the three-pointer, and he hits it. Thane Miners has 5, and the Warriors are off and running, leading 7-0. Be interested to see what head coach Dave Cressip elects to do, if he will try to play through this or call timeout here. King almost gets a steal. Now Thompson. Thompson drives, gets cut off on his way to the hoop, kicks it back out. Melvin with a nice head fake, pull-up jumper, too strong, rebound King. King back the other way with a quick pass there for Piper. Now Simpson spins, gets poked away from him, but he gets it back in front of the Perham bench. Now a three-pointer from Kepke, good. A 10-0 run, and there is the timeout. We'll take a break. The Warriors up 10 on the Magnitude Sports Radio Network.
Hammers Construction is now hiring for a project manager, superintendent, and construction laborers. Since 1956, Hammers Construction has served the region in construction for the commercial, industrial, and agricultural industries, while sticking to the core values of honesty, quality, and integrity. If that's you, then visit our website, hci-mn.com. View photos of recent projects, then click on the Careers tab to start the 2-minute application. Hammers Construction is an equal opportunity employer.
What was an ideal start for the Caledonia Warriors has turned into a 10-0 run behind a three-pointer from Miners and a three from Jackson Kepke, and the Warriors lead the Yellow Jackets 10-0 early. And the full court pressure's there out of the timeout. Melvin will bring it up court. Melvin stops, gets it to Alex Ohm, who just checked in out of the timeout. And there's a foul as they trap on him. That foul, I believe, is on Jackson Kepke. It is. That's his first, team's second.
Into the game, 2 substitutions here for the Warriors. Number 2, Lewis Doyle, a 6-foot sophomore, is coming in. And number 11, Austin Meyer, a 5'10 senior. So going to the bench, both teams kind of early, maybe the length of this floor, too.
Anderson with it. Now to Daniels. Yellow Jackets unable to get much space right now against this defense. They're in the grill. Now through the legs of Anderson, and King is there. Eli King will bring it up court. Now driving in the lane. That was Doyle. Drops it down low. Tapped away, and Daniels comes up with the turnover. Daniels got it to Anderson. He brings it up court to Thompson. Thompson looks to drive. Pull-up jumper from the baseline short. Rebound King. Where isn't King as he has a nice dish. Unable to finish. Put back that time by King. No, but he's fouled, and he'll earn a trip to the OT Insurance free throw line.
And now I can paint you a picture of that. He went down the floor, off the steal, hit the guy open, tapped it up once, didn't get the shot, went back up again, hardly hit the floor, and got fouled on the second tap in. So he is a little bit, like you said, like Superman as he drains the first free throw. He is everywhere.
King with 3 already. Multiple rebounds. We'll try to get those stats for you, too.
Yeah, it looks like he's got quite the line going already, Jason. He's got 3 points, 4 rebounds, and a couple assists, and now he's got 4 points. So he is filling up the stat book on his way to a double-double and maybe more.
Yellow Jackets will bring it up court after King hits the second. Thompson to Melvin. Fakes the pass, drives into the lane to the free throw line over to Anderson. Anderson in the lane to Ohm, who's looking at the NBA 3, but pulls back. Now drives baseline, looking for space. Into the lane there for Thompson for 2. Nice pass and finish by Micah Thompson.
Nice job by Ohm coming off the left side. He hesitation dribbled, and on that hesitation, he got the Caledonia Warrior out of his groove and then found the open passer in the middle. So nice job, Ohm, getting that shot for the Jackets.
Simpson, spin move in the lane, drives, floats it up and good for 2. Jay-Sean Simpson.
And it's got to be a little culture shock right here for the Yellow Jackets. They're not used to giving up 14 points and a half. We're at the 12:51 mark here, and we've already given up 14, and the Warriors aren't backing down with this full court press.
Ohm with it. Ohm dribbles in front of the Caledonia bench. Looking things over as he's guarded by Miners. Now gets it to Thompson. Simpson out on him. Thompson behind the back dribble, near side now for Anderson. Anderson, nice to the lane, trips up, gets it to Melvin. The 3 on the way, no good. Long rebound to Eli King. King back for the Warriors. Now hands it off there for Doyle. Doyle trying to back down Daniels, but he traveled.
He got caught in the lane. He was coming from your right to your left, and he just hesitated a little bit, and I thought he was going to go up for the shot, and I think he got caught in the middle, and there was nowhere to go.
Winner of this game will play either Annandale or Pequot Lakes. The loser will play tomorrow night in the consolation game at Concordia St. Paul. Yellow Jackets bring the ball up court. Ohm gets one guy down, drives up into the lane. Melvin swatted away by King.
And there's not even a stat on the board on this huge board for blocks, and now he's got one of those to add to his stat line.
King, the Iowa State commits. As the Yellow Jackets get it into Anderson. Anderson drops it in the lane. Thompson goes up, it's poked away. Thane Miners blocked the shot attempt and got it right away to Austin Meyer. Now King brings it up to Meyer. Miners again, he's already hit one from deep.
I don't know if we can accurately portray how fast Caledonia is. Seeing them down at court level, they just roll, and here he goes again.
That one's off the mark. Thompson there for the rebound. I think the Yellow Jackets can just try to go a little bit of spurts here, slow the game down as Thompson drives. King blocks it. Tapped out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson and out of bounds.
And I know what the Yellow Jackets want to do. They want to slow down the game, but that was a wide open kind of look, and it just collapses so fast. It reminds me of watching NFL football, and you see the hole, and bam, it's shut. And that's what's happening to the Yellow Jackets right now. They're really finding that drive lane's open, and it's closed before they get there.
King, the triple, doesn't get the roll this time, but Ohm is there for the rebound.
And Caledonia's cooled down now, so let's see if the Yellow Jackets, like you said, Jason, can settle in. But here's Miners on the floor. Man, and if we could just get you a picture of this kid. He's built. He's 5'11", but he has got, and now he's limping a little bit as he kind of maybe just got tangled up with Anderson there. But he's a really well-built kid.
And that battle for the ball, Anderson ended up landing on top of Miners. Miners is going to walk it off here in front of us at the Caledonia bench, and hopefully we'll be okay as Daniels gets the inbound to Thompson. As we approach the 11-minute mark, it's been Caledonia in the first half. They lead by 12. Ohm with it. They trap on him, but he gets it to Daniels, over to Melvin. Melvin loses it, but gets it back to Daniels. Now Ohm, the long three-pointer from him is too strong. Rebound, Ohm. Now tapped and stolen away, and a foul. The foul is going to be on Ohm. Going for the rebound as Mason King got control of it. Ohm then tried to draw a quick foul there, but instead he didn't have position, and he gets called for it.
And I don't know for sure, but the King name seems pretty prevalent here. Mason King, a ninth grader, coming into this big, and he didn't really bat an eye. He just went right at it.
Ja'Shawn Simpson will bring it up now. Drives against Anderson, pulls through him. Shot no good. Rebound tapped and goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Yellow Jackets. And Simpson just said, I'm going right at you, Soren.
Right, and the bad thing about it going out of bounds was it stopped the clock. Guess who's coming back in, Jason? Eli King.
Inbounds pass. Kepke, turnaround jumper, no good. Thompson there for the rebound. He's able to clear out.
Boy, they've gone cold, though. For the first minutes, they had 14 points like that. The Yellow Jackets have kind of impressed their will on them a little bit. They just got to find a way to score.
Daniels, down low, Thompson. Thompson drives, tries to get the defender up. He stays down, comes back to Ohm. Ohm in the lane, spins, but he traveled. One extra step, he had Anderson open on the far side, but he traveled before he got the pass off.
The best way I can tell you what this looks like is it looks like Caledonia has 6 guys on the floor. They don't really guard one guy. They're all over the place. They double, and they're so quick to recover. The Yellow Jackets think they have something, and it's gone.
King drives the three, good. Hitting that one this time was Mason King.
There's that freshman way deep in the corner, almost NBA look, and he just stepped up and drilled it.
Daniels with it. Now to Ohm. To Thompson. Thompson looking to drive. Doesn't get the shot to drop, but he draws the foul. And he'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Will make it Thompson.
Looked like the foul is going to be on number 11, Austin Meyer, 5'10 senior. And just as we were wondering about Miners and getting that knee to knee, he's at the scorer's table ready to come back in.
We had a stoppage for blood on Mason King. So Miners will come in.
Right on the tip of the brow there a little bit. He's got a little cut going.
Micah Thompson, free throw, no good. He's got the lone points for the Jackets.
17-2 lead, 9:30-ish remaining on the clock here, and it's kind of been all Caledonia so far, Jason.
That one's good. He gets a second for the Jackets, and we got a stoppage as Marcus Belka would check in. He comes in for Alex Ohm. The Yellow Jackets will try to get some stops here as King will slowly bring it up court and will be met by Micah Thompson right at the Timberwolf logo. Handed off there for Miners. Miners in the lane, the kick out. Nice drive and kick again. Miners will step into a three and hit it.
Boy, he's got a nice looking shot. It's just pure. And it's nothing the Yellow Jackets can do. They're so good on the drive. They got into the lane again, and it sucked the Yellow Jackets in, and a kick out to the right side there, and he was wide open, and he has a nice shot.
Anderson down low, pass stolen away, and King comes away with the loose ball up ahead. With it there to Meyer. Meyer drives, kick out again. Miners ready, launches. Actually, that's Kepke, no good. Thompson the rebound. Thompson almost stolen away, but a foul. John Simpson back with speed.
And he was back in a hurry. He was probably 10 feet behind and caught up. And it was close. It was one of those that it could have maybe went either way, but it was fast. But good for the Yellow Jackets. Thompson at the line. He hits the first one.
At the EOT Insurance free throw line, he gets that first one to go. He's got all four for the Yellow Jackets. As a second free throw, no good.
Rebound by Soren Anderson. Back to Micah Thompson.
Now with it, Daniels. To Anderson. Back to Melvin. Daniels near side, Thompson. Thompson backing down the defender, looks for help. The Simpson comes there. Now Anderson, the extra pass. Belka tries to get King up off his feet. Good luck. And it comes near side to Anderson. Down low, Thompson. Thompson backing down the defender, works through the lane, gets it off the glass for two.
And Thompson's really kind of had it. That was a tough shot, and he had to work hard in the post to get that shot. But he's done a really nice job, Jason, of getting into that lane and causing a little pressure there for Caledonia. 20-6, 7:56 or so on the clock.
Miners thought about a three, but he traveled. The Yellow Jackets, to me, it looks like they're starting to settle in just a little bit, but just need to find a way to get some shots to drop.
They are, and they just got to figure out a way to go off of this pressure defense. Like I said, again, I said it before, it's almost like there's six guys on the floor. They go double team. They look for the double team, but they recover from the other guys so fast.
Nice pass there to Anderson. The finish, no, it's an offensive foul as Austin Meyer had position. Head coach Derek Cressup, I think, thought it was the defensive foul, but it's going to be on Anderson.
And it was the typical backdoor play. If you've watched the Yellow Jackets, you've seen them. They get everybody on one side. Soren cut to the back. I really watched Caledonia. He got his feet outside of that circle. Whether he was set or not, that's the question.
Simpson, kick out. Thought about the three, but now they'll drive. Bounces off a foot and out of bounds. It'll be Yellow Jacket basketball as Austin Meyer is driving.
If I dare say, it's almost got a little sloppy, Jason. It's gotten to that point, but I think that's what Caledonia tries to do. They try to get you going so fast, and they don't mind taking chances themselves because they know they're going to get so many offensive possessions with the defense they play.
Belka to Melvin, over to Thompson. Thompson looked inside as they're posting Melvin up now. And Anderson will get the basketball. Goes against King. Nice spin move and handoff to Thompson in the lane. Thompson up off the glass as the defense clears.
Nice job, Anderson, setting that up with his spin move. Knew the last couple shots have been blocked. Looked for his partner there. Micah Thompson did a nice job.
There's a highlight reel play for Soren Anderson as they drive and dish. A three too strong. Rebound. King taps it around, a foul. It's going to be on Caledonia. I was going to say a highlight reel play for Soren Anderson going against the D1 commit with a nice spin move, got him off the ball, and then a dish to finish.
Yeah, really nice job. And we had a foul on Ketke, and I believe that's his second. And that opposes a little bit, but it seems like Caledonia is pretty deep on the bench, Jason. They played about 9 kids already, if my count is right. So maybe not as big, and they kept Ketke in the game. So he must be a pretty smart player.
Belka with it. The count is on now, trying to dribble left side. Now gets to Anderson. Anderson thought about it, but they close on him. Inside to Thompson. Thompson gets King off the ground. King blocks it. Thompson gets it back. And it comes back out to Belka. Belka looking things over. Drives. Dish to Anderson in the lane. Anderson, the floater, no. Rebound tapped around. King eventually corrals it. That's going to be number 6 for him. Miners drives, offensive foul. Little aggressive, Melvin with position.
And I believe that's Minor's second. So now you're starting to see some foul trouble kind of boil up a little bit here for the Warriors. And, you know, not to say that that's going to make a difference. They keep both kids in the game. But the way they play defense, it could be easily to pick up their thirds here.
Thompson with it. He's got all 8 points. He has 6 rebounds for the Yellow Jackets. Picks up his dribble, looking for help. Gets it to Daniels. Yellow Jackets would like to see another ball go through the hoop. And Anderson, the NBA three, too strong. Rebound, Belka. And a foul. Foul's going to be on Caledonia. And that is on Miners, his third. He has 8 points, the leading scorer.
And I'll be honest with you on that one, Jason. I really think Marcus was just going so fast. He kind of stumbled over feet, and it was one of those that could have not gone anyway, but it did, and that's going to change the game just a little bit, I think, for Caledonia.
Belka at the free throw line, DOT Insurance free throw line. First free throw, no good. Rebound, Daniels. Kick out to Melvin. Thompson now to Belka. He's going to step into a three. That misses everything. And Jay-Sean Simpson's there for the board. And King stepped out of bounds. I think you're seeing a little bit of confusion on the three-point line.
Yeah.
And there was one of those. He was set up on the NBA three. His normal drive, you're thinking you have a little more space. He stepped right out of bounds.
I agree. That extra set of lines, and you're not used to playing with those. You were spot on there, Jason. He was on that thinking, I think, that he was on the original high school three-point line, and he wasn't.
Thompson to Melvin. Now Belka's going to drive into the lane. The floater by Belka, no, doesn't go. Rebound, no, for King. He gets it to Eli King.
Boy, you got to like it that he took it right at Eli King, though, and floated it up over the top. It just bounced off.
Eli King drives, fadeaway jumper, no good. And Thompson there for the rebound. King trying to get a steal. He did. King throws it down.
Wow, was that easy. And it was just like he was mad that he didn't get that first one to go down. He just spun right around, and now we got another foul, and I think that's 3 on Ketke now.
It is. That's his third. We'll send Thompson to the free throw line. 4:30 to go. It's 22-8. Ohm checks back in for the Yellow Jackets, and Brett Schultz comes in. Thompson will be shooting one in the bonus. Good Yellow Jackets here. You get them in foul trouble a little bit. You can make this thing interesting with a little late run, but that free throw's no good. And King will slowly bring it up court as he gets instructions from head coach Brad King. Yeah,
and it's a little bit turning tide. You think of the Yellow Jackets all through their run. This is about what they gave up as 8 points, not scoring 8 points. And here's Caledonia just kind of settling in on their offense. They're a one-on-one team, and they're athletic.
Simpson drives, doesn't finish. The rebound grabbed by the Jackets. That's Micah Thompson again. That'll be rebound number 7. See, drives, gets it to Ohm. Ohm thought about it. They close on him. Now Daniels throws it away, and King will have another one.
And unfortunately for the Yellow Jackets, our student section's getting a good view of the dunk contest by Eli King, as that's number 3.
As Ohm to Anderson. Anderson gets it to go, and a foul. And Anderson will have a chance at a three-point play. Nice finish.
It was a great finish, Jason, and it's kind of been a curious game of fouls here. Again, as physical as the game is at some points, that was kind of a touch foul on the arm, but he was shooting. So a good chance for an old-fashioned three-point play by Soren Anderson.
Free throw by Anderson, no good. The Yellow Jackets fall back in their traditional half court as Simpson drives, slips, and travels.
Right, and I think he was going a little too fast, but I think that's their style of play. It's just so odd for us. We're kind of used to watching the controlled Yellow Jackets and very much knowing what they're going to do. And here's a steal, and
a foul, they're going to say on the steal, I believe, is on Doyle.
Boy, oh boy, I thought he had the ball on that one. I'm not trying to be anti-Perham or whatever, but that looked like a nice steal, and he was heading for a layup, and it's going to send Ulm to the line.
Ulm will be shooting 2 for the Yellow Jackets. And he misses the first. Yellow Jackets struggling from the free throw line tonight.
And again, we're used to the open end of the court, but not 100 feet of open end of the court as it is right now. And just struggling to find that depth perception a little bit.
Anderson the rebound to Ulm. Off the 2 misses. Yellow Jackets will get the extra possession. Melvin drives, layup, too strong, rebound Eli King.
You know, and they're in foul trouble, but the one guy who's not is Eli King, and he's really stirring the drink for the Warriors right now.
Simpson drives through the lane, shot up and in, and he draws the foul. They'll have a chance at a 3-point play for Jay-Sean Simpson.
And the games I watched, he's a really great finisher. I even put it in my notes. He can shoot the 3, but he likes to finish at the hoop, and he's kind of went on a dry stretch there for a little bit, Jason, and it looked like that time he was like, I'm going to the basket no matter what.
Simpson gets that to go. He's got 5. It's kind of funny we talk about going on a dry spell. Right now, the Warriors, though, are shooting 52.6% from the field right now.
And they must have been shooting 100 for the first 4 minutes because it seems like they haven't made many baskets lately, but I think it's just the speed and how many shots they get.
Anderson into the lane, kick out over, it's tapped away. King taps it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Yellow Jackets. The Yellow Jackets right now 4 of 17 from the field. Caledonia 10 of 19. Yellow Jackets 0 of 4 from deep in this first half.
Yeah, Eli King is something else, Jason, and it's not that he doesn't even try to take the game over himself. He actually tries. I think he's more unselfish than he should be sometimes, but I'm more impressed on the defensive end. He's everywhere on the floor.
Hand off to Ulm. Up top for Thompson. Over to Anderson. Anderson now comes over to Ulm. King meets him. Ulm will drive, kick it out to Melvin. Melvin the look for 3. It's good for Chaz Melvin. And the first 3-pointer of the game for the Yellow Jackets.
Big shot for Melvin and big shot for the Yellow Jackets. With 2 minutes remaining, they really needed that.
3-pointer from Simpson, no good. Melvin gets the rebound.
That was a deep 3, and again, I don't know that's got to be their style of play.
The extra pass, Ulm for 3. That's good for Alex Ulm. And the Jackets have now cut it to 11.
Nice little run of it. Just goes to show how fast that 3-point ball can really change the composure of the game. And right now they got Caledonia a little on their heels. They got a couple starters on the bench. We'll see what the Yellow Jackets can do on D.
Mason King with it. Now to Eli King. Thought about the NBA 3. Will drive, jump stop, kick to Mason King. No shot there as the Yellow Jackets close as we approach a minute in our opening half. Simpson drives, right hand, no good. Daniels the rebound.
Simpson's really struggled to get that shot. It's been contested, but he gets to the basket. He's so high on it. You think that the law of averages, here's that back door.
Anderson gets it in for 2. Soren Anderson, and it's down to 9, just like the Yellow Jackets are hoping, as we're under a minute. Nice finish there by Soren Anderson. Now, can the Yellow Jackets get the stop as Caledonia brings it up with Eli King? King, the handoff to Doyle. Doyle spins against Ulm. Now a handoff to Mason King. He goes left hand, drives, gets cut off, comes back up. Doyle thought about it. In the lane, jump stop, shot short. Rebound tapped out of bounds. It's going to be Yellow Jacket basketball, 20 seconds to go.
Wow, and Doyle did everything on that one. A crossover dribble, a hop step into the lane. Got to about 8 feet from the basket and just short-armed it just a little bit. And this is a big 20 seconds here for the Yellow Jackets. It looked a little bit like the game was going to get away from them. Now they got a chance to really be in this thing going into halftime with a lot of momentum.
And a steal by Doyle up ahead. Simpson's going to throw it down lightly.
Lightly throw it down, but again, it's one of those that just, again, 2-1, and he gets another steal, and Simpson just all of a sudden showed his athleticism. And it went from a game where we thought, hey, we could be down by 6, 5 maybe even, and now it's back to 11, and that just shows you how quick the Warriors can score.
At the half, the Warriors lead this one by a score of 29-18. We'll take a break on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint brands. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell
And Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware,
Right here in downtown Perham.
There's no question that yield is at the core of everything we do at Stein. It's why we are here today, and it's what will continue to propel us and our growers into the future of agriculture. Stein and List E3 soybeans provide a significant dollar per acre yield benefit, plus access to the best weed control in the industry. That is yield plus results. Yield expected, yield delivered. Stein and List E3 soybeans have yield.
Perham Public Schools, School of Champions. Perham Public Schools, School of Champions.
Welcome back here at the half. Caledonia leading the Yellow Jackets by a score of 29-18. It started out with a 17-2 run for Caledonia. The Yellow Jackets have battled their way back, cut it to 11, had a chance at going into the half to cut it down a little bit, but just couldn't do it, and a turnover led to a bucket for Caledonia. Now it's an 11-point Warrior lead heading into halftime, and it's been an exciting first half as it kind of picked up as it wore on. You could see on our shooting, on our stats by Mike Mason tonight, Yellow Jackets at the free throw line, that's kind of been a dagger right now. They've been struggling.
And they're getting there, and I thought foul trouble was going to affect the Yellow Jackets more than it was going to affect Caledonia. But I think there was a little coincidence there when two of their starters went to the bench. The Yellow Jackets made that nice little run there. And now, again, with 3 fouls on both Miners and Kepke, they're going to have to play a little bit more. But I just don't think they're going to play conservative. I don't think that's their style. I think if they get 4, they're going to bring somebody off the bench. And right now, I think as long as it's not Eli King's name with 4 behind it, Caledonia doesn't really fear foul trouble. They're just going to come after you.
Yellow Jackets stat they're going to want to fix is points off of turnovers. Caledonia has 11 points off Yellow Jacket turnovers. The Yellow Jackets only have 2, and points in the paint, the Warriors have 12 in the paint.
And I would guess 75% of both of those stats are dunks, both off the turnover and in the paint. And it's been a dunk marathon. I know we've seen 4 at least on Caledonia's end, and as a high school player, you're just not used to that happening. I can't remember a game that I played in where a team had 4 to 5 dunks in a half, let alone in a season. And that just kind of gives you a picture of how Caledonia plays. They jump everybody all over the place. They're trying to cause a steal, and they want to dunk on the other end to get their crowd going.
The Yellow Jackets trailing 29-18 at half, and probably not used to seeing this type of defense as Caledonia kind of throws at them that they have in that first half.
Exactly, and we talked off air, Jason, just a little bit, and it kind of resembles, you said, a box and one, and it looks a little bit that way. What I think they're really trying to do is they're trying to double on that first pass, and they're trying to trap hard. Anytime a Yellow Jacket drives to the corner, they want to trap it, and then they just get into scramble mode. They're so good about finding the next player who's open. They don't care who's guarding who. It's not your typical man-to-man where I have you and I'm going to guard you all game. It's you will see King come from the far end of the court to double, and they just know whoever's going, they're recovering on that man, and it really caught the Yellow Jackets off guard, and I think that's what led to that 17-2 run. That's where those dunks came into play, was really early. The Yellow Jackets just couldn't battle back. They couldn't quite figure out how to get the open look, and then they started running Micah Thompson down into the post, and Micah really did a nice job, and he's leading the Yellow Jackets in scoring, and a lot of it came from dribble drive from a teammate, kick off to Micah because Micah's long enough against the Caledonia defense to be able to finish close to the rim.
We'll take a break, come back. We'll have the scoring at the start of the second half here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
KLN is home to great companies like Kenny's Candy and Tuffy's Pet Foods. Matt Nagel here. I was raised right here in Lakes Country. Our products are top-notch. Working for a successful, locally owned family business means job security, pride, and a connection to our local communities. Join us at Kenny's Candy. Experience an awesome benefit program, competitive wages, a sign-on bonus, and profit sharing. Shop local, work local. Get started at klnfamilybrands.com or call 347-0525 and ask for Matt.
Hi, I'm Trevor Seaman with United Community Bank, and now we are in Long Weekend Sportswear talking with Tammy Seifert. Tammy, how are you?
Good, thanks.
What's the best part about working with United Community Bank?
They're local. They have been our best buddies since we purchased the business. They bent over backwards to educate us and let us know the best way to purchase this business. This was our first, endeavor of doing something so big. They've just always been there for us. I love just picking up the phone and calling. We just wouldn't be working with anybody else other than UCB.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint brands. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell
And Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware,
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware.
right here in downtown Perham.
Well, welcome back live into the Target Center. The Yellow Jackets getting ready to come back on the court to get ready for the second half. And Lance, you have a score update from Williams Arena and a thriller going on right there as well.
Well, if our score is correct, at halftime, the number one seeded, it says 2 on here, but 1 seeded Minneapolis North is trailing Glencoe Silver Lake 38-37 at half, and boy, would that be a shocker and an upset, as Glencoe Silver Lake also came in as a draw-in team, but every team here had to be playing well at the end to get to this point, and I don't think is any different for Glencoe Silver Lake.
And there's a debate that really could be had as this random draw versus 1 versus 8. I think, me personally, I think you see it 1 versus 8. You made it to the state tournament. These teams aren't going to be upset if they see an 8 by their name. It will give them more motivation, but I still say 1 through 8, seed it. Let's have that true tournament.
Right, and I don't know what difference it's really going to make. Sometimes it's style difference of 2 different teams, but if you look at 1, 2, and 3 this year, and you're looking at Minneapolis North, you're looking at Caledonia, and you're looking at Annandale, all of them are like 28-1, 29-1. They all can score the basketball. I don't think any of the random draw really favors any team other than maybe a style type look. So I agree with you, Jason. seed it out, kind of like Section 8 AA did, 1 through 16. You know what? If you're 16, you're 16. If you're 8, you're still in the final 8 in 2 AA, and you're one of 8 teams left vying for a state title. And I think it wouldn't be much different than what we're seeing tonight as we're going through this tournament.
Start of the second half coming up in just a few seconds as both teams are warming up. And Lance keys for that second half for the Yellow Jackets. I think it's for me in my mind, is get it in chunks in 5 minutes and 3 minutes and 4 minute chunks type stuff like that and cut the lead down.
Right. And along with that, Jason, this is me personally. You can't yield to the pressure of Caledonia. If you start and have a bunch of turnovers here to start the game and all of a sudden it goes from an 11-point game to an 18, 20-point game, and the old saying, if Caledonia smells blood in the water, this one could get ugly. If you can keep it like you said, win 2 minutes, win 2 minutes, win 2 minutes, take care of the basketball, it could be a really, really good second half because the Yellow Jackets caught their breath and they're ready to go.
Caledonia will get the ball to start the second half. And King will bring the ball up court to the near side. Simpson thought about a quick 3. Now comes the King. Eli King with Melvin on him. King looking things over. To Miners, now to Simpson. Simpson drives. Gets cut off. They bring help on him on the baseline drive. The Yellow Jackets look like they've kind of changed up their look defensively a little bit. As Simpson gets it. A little more help and staying off the extra defenders, and they draw a charge. Draw a travel, excuse me.
And what's happening is I think what they're doing is they're help side defense, so they're sliding over further. Where they were probably outside of the lane to the middle of the 3-point, now they're inside that lane, and when Caledonia is trying to get to the lane, they're now spinning into that defender. So look for Caledonia to make an adjustment. I'm looking for Miners to get open and hit their 3.
There's a pass, a nice feed to Melvin, short on the shot. He gets the rebound. Back up to Thompson. Thompson knifes through the lane, off the glass, too strong. Rebound is eventually grabbed by Thane Miners and the Warriors.
And in both of those shots, King altered the shot. And that's kind of what I've been most impressed with him.
Simpson drives, shot altered as he goes up. Gets the loose ball, though. King's going to take the 3. That's no good. Long rebound. Simpson's able to corral it. And the unfortunate thing is that's an extra possession for the Warriors.
And really interesting here, Jason, the Warriors have really slowed it down, and then they shoot the 3.
And it's good. Hitting that one is Jackson Kipke.
And I've seen him. He's 6'4" kid. He's a 6'4" kid, long-armed, and he's got a really nice shot as well, so they can hit you from many different players.
Anderson gets the ball with Simpson on him. Nice move by Anderson, left side. The help comes. Anderson now looking for help from Melvin. Simpson pokes it. Melvin gets it back in the backcourt. King meets him. Forces him to pick up his dribble to Thompson. Thompson to Anderson up court. The Yellow Jackets trail by 14. They'll drive. Anderson. Back to Daniels. Over to Melvin. Now to Thompson. Thompson dribbles through, backdoor pass. Anderson open for 3. No good. Rebound grab by Miners. Miners back with speed. Now goes it over to the left side. A 3-pointer. No good. Rebound grab by Thompson on the miss by Kepke.
And early looking at this, Miners makes a big difference when he's on the floor for the Warriors. He's probably the shortest of the Warriors, but man, is he good, and he gets rebounds, he finds the open guy, and he can shoot it.
Anderson tries to drop it off for Daniels. Now there's a battle on the floor, and the Warriors come away with it, and here comes King back. King with a nice move to the hoop, kick out. Simpson for 3, too strong. Rebound through the hands of Daniels, saved, but no. On the attempt there by Kepke, he is unable to keep his feet in bounds. It'll be Yellow Jacket basketball.
And I think Simpson's a little frustrated right now with his game. He's still having, you look at his stat line, and it's awesome. But that was a wide open 3, and from what I've seen, he hits that one most of the time. So if he catches fire, this could be spell trouble for the Yellow Jackets.
Thompson to Melvin in the corner. Melvin back up top to Thompson. Thompson over to Daniels. Daniels kick off to Belka. Now to Anderson at the free throw line at the elbow. Anderson gets it poked away, rolls out of bounds. He'll stay with the Yellow Jackets.
Their hands are everywhere, Jason, and quick. And, I think it's what gets them in foul trouble if they start calling that little bit. But more times than not, it's all ball. And it's amazing the knack they have, and that's quite a skill for kids not to foul at this level.
Anderson with it. Off the inbound. Gets a screen from Daniels, goes in the lane. He takes a pull-up jumper. It's off the mark, but he gets his own rebound. Daniels, the three, blocked by Simpson. Now it goes to Anderson. Anderson drives and draws a foul on his way to the hoop. And the foul will be on the Warriors. We'll see what it's on. I believe it's going to be on Thane Miners. That's his fourth.
And again, he's kind of, I think, been the spark plug or the glue to this team, and that's 4 for him. So the Warriors are going to look to the bench. It looks like they're going to go to Austin Myers.
And the Yellow Jackets miss another free throw.
So Austin Meyer into the game, and I think it changes the complexion, and Miners is a really good player, and the Yellow Jackets might have to capitalize on this and make a run here. They kind of did when he went out of the game the first time.
Second one does drop for Anderson. He's got 5 points for the Yellow Jackets. They trail 32-19. Eli King will bring it up court. King drives, nice dish, and a finish there for Piper.
And if he just broke down the Yellow Jackets defense by himself, they had to help, and that's where I think Piper's going to make a heyday. I'd love to play with a guard like Eli King, because if you could shoot layups all day, you're going to look pretty good in the stat line.
Ohm with it, who just checked in. Trying to back down the defender, gets a screen into the lane now. Steps out of bounds. As he was getting contacted, stepped out of bounds, ran out of the room along the far baseline.
And again, it's that dribble drive down into the corner, and we talked about that earlier, Jason, and that's where Ohm got caught, was down in the corner. They're going to trap you hard, and there's 6'4" guys that are going to trap you.
King with a nice move, drop, dish to Piper, but went up too early out of his hands, and Thompson will get it. Micah Thompson to Melvin. Now to Ohm. To Anderson. Anderson's going to drive. Throws it up off the glass, and good for 2 for Soren Anderson, and we got a timeout. Timeout called by the Yellow Jackets. They trail by 13. We'll take a break on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint brands. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell
And Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware,
Right here in downtown Perham.
Well, welcome back into the Target Center. Yellow Jackets trailing 34-21 with 13:08 to go on the United Community Bank scoreboard. We thank you for tuning in to this audio-only broadcast here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Mike Mason doing a great job on the controls. I'm Jason Groats with Lance Rock here live from the Target Center.
And that last turnover by the Warriors was, again, what I had said. King had about a 12-foot shot, 10-foot shot in the lane. Dished it up, too unselfish. I want him shooting the basketball if I'm the Warriors. He gave it up, and it was just slipped out of the hands of his teammate, but I think he was trying to get his teammates some shots.
King with it. Hands it off. And it comes back to King. The Yellow Jacket student section trying to get their classmates and cheer on the defense, but we got a foul on the drive to the hoop, and the finish is not good. But Simpson will go to the line as he draws the foul. Daniels looks right down on the floor and thought he had the charge, but...
And he was, we're as close as you could be to that one, Jason, and he was clearly inside that circle. And Simpson's still frustrated because I think those are the shots he's used to them going in, sat there on the front of the rim and just kind of fell out of there instead of going the other way. So he shoots free throws.
Free throw, Simpson is good.
Seems like a much calmer Warriors team in the second half, Jason. They were such in a scramble, kind of panicky type of frantic play, and now they're just kind of calm, cool, and collective.
Free throw no good. Daniel Skies for that rebound. 35-21. As Thompson brings it up court to Anderson. The Yellow Jackets still kind of in that patient mode, and I think Caledonia is content with that right now, being that they're up 14 with 12 to go. Approaching the 12.
And now it looks like a little zone defense from Caledonia, which is good, but here they go. They run again, and King is so smart at when he goes, and he went all the way across the floor, and everybody adapts to him.
Thompson clears some space, and now the offensive foul is going to be called. Thompson just lowered his shoulder not once but twice.
And that was frustration, and the official kind of wasn't in the right position, and that was a clear one. He just lowered shoulder and actually extended forearm on the second one, and there's no argument on the Yellow Jacket crowd on that one.
King, the futurized Iowa State Cyclone. With Big 12 aspirations, will have the basketball pull-up jumper good.
Wow. And he just crossed over right there, got the Yellow Jacket out of the way, and pulled up, and it's a nice-looking jump shot.
See him on Big Monday in the near future for the Cyclones.
Will they get to play your Jayhawks?
They do, twice a year. I'll leave that one alone right now as it comes over to Anderson. Anderson drives, kick out right side to Ohm. Ohm, the three, that's good for Alex Ohm.
Nice shot by Ohm and really great recognition by Anderson. He got in the lane, and I thought he was going to go up. King came out of nowhere, and in the last second, Anderson with the dish and really nice look.
A three, the answer no good. Daniels unable to grab the rebound, but it might lead to a foul, unfortunately.
Yeah,
as the loose ball went out towards half court, I was trying to describe, and it ends up being a foul trying to chase it down.
So the ball was going out of bounds. Everybody on both teams stopped. It rolled right down the middle of the court and finally was chased down by a Warrior, and Chaz bumps him across the line and picks up the foul. So foul on Melvin on that one.
Austin Meyer with it. To Eli King with the head fake. Thinking about the NBA three. It's good. Micah Thompson, he was on him. And you could just see the reaction of just like, wow, what do you do?
And was probably a step behind the NBA three, and he shot it in jump shot style, just like he would shoot from 5 feet out. So really impressive shooter.
Three on the other side, no good. Rebound tapped around, and King eventually gets it on the feed from Kepke. Now a step back, no good. Rebound to Simpson.
And at 6'4", 6'4", 6'3", 6'4", they're just arms everywhere, Jason, and that's how they're coming up with these loose balls, is they're tapping it to each other, and they're just really good.
King with it. Now to Simpson. Simpson's going to launch. That's no good. Rebound and a foul. A hold is going to be against Caledonia. Well, sometimes you just tip your cap to greatness, and right now Eli King is at that level, at the high school level. You could see it we could see it here courtside, the facial expression from Micah Thompson and the deep breath, and it's like, just tip your cap to the guy.
Well, one of the things that I look at as a really great player, he's got 13. He could have 26. He's really distributing the ball to his teammates, and he gets everybody involved, and that's why I think Caledonia is so good. They're so hard to defend.
Anderson with a nice drive-in finish for the Yellow Jackets there by Soren Anderson. A nice move there. Yellow Jackets still down 14 with 9:30-ish to go. As Kepke drive shot blocked, but a foul. It's going to be Melvin with the contact.
And we've talked at great length about the Warriors, and it seems like they should be up by 30. You got to give the Yellow Jackets credit. It stayed at this 14-point level, and they're doing a really nice job.
Kepke at the line. First free throw is good. Well, the Warriors are showing why they're the number 2 seed. I mean, they're an outstanding squad, and the spacing that they do not allow for the offense to get set up has been something else.
Right, their second free throw also good by Kepke, and their stars are coming out right now. If Miners was in the game, I think they'd have all four of those guys almost in double digits right now, Jason. They're just really good, and they're really balanced, and that makes for a really good team. I don't think you can just have one guy scoring. Here, you don't know who to guard. You can't leave any of them open.
Anderson works with the basketball now, spins. Kick into Thompson, drives. Nice move and a finish there by Micah Thompson. And Thompson now has 10 for the Yellow Jackets.
And that was great because he caught it. He was in the midst of arms coming from everywhere. Once he caught it, it was an easy layup. It was the catch that was the difficult thing.
Simpson working near side. Now goes to King. And he resets and looks things over to Zilak King. Kicks over here. Now a three from Kepke, no good. And that's one of those I think you talk about, that King with the nice shimmy shake dish. Could have took the three, but passed it up. And now Ohm will drive. Ohm. Cross to Daniels. Daniels for three. It's good! Jacob Daniels with a big three-pointer, and it's now an 11-point game with about 8:10 to go.
And maybe we can relive a little Section 8 AA championship with Daniels, and if he catches fire.
Yellow Jacket fans starting to make some noise as King tries to answer. It's no good. Ohm the rebound. And Ohm will bring it up court. Ohm drives. The help comes, but it goes to Thompson. Thompson against King. Shot up, no. Rebound Thompson, and he tied up in a foul. We'll see who it's on. It's going to be on Austin Meyer.
And I was just going to bring that up, Jason, that I don't know how long you want to go without Miners in the game, and here he checks back in with 4 fouls. I think you get as much time out of it. You just wonder, sitting that long, what he brings back in now. Is he cooled down, or can he pick up what he's been doing?
Anderson with it, behind the back dribble, now over to Melvin. Melvin fakes the pass to Ohm, and will now hand it off. Ohm to Anderson. Anderson in the corner. Simpson on him. Inside Thompson. Thompson gets space in the layup.
And again, I think there was the catch. It came over the top, and there was the catch that once he got the ball, it was a layup, and the Yellow Jacket fans have arrived.
Now with it, Meyer to King. King drive, handoff Meyer. Meyer will draw back out and go to King. As Caledonia now the team that's going to work the clock. King to Meyer, they pressure. Meyer drives the kick. Simpson, the extra pass to King, he drives. The shot up is good. And a foul as we have an injury and a timeout. Actually a timeout and an injury. Timeout by Caledonia. Soren Anderson was the one that went down but pops back up. We got a timeout. We'll take a break on the Main-Street Sports Media Network.
I'm Trevor Seaman with United Community Bank, and we are down with Erica Saylor at Lakes Ace Hardware, downtown Perham. That transition to being a small business owner, how did United Community Bank help with you guys acquiring Lakes Ace Hardware?
They were through the whole process when we starting to do the purchase. They were super helpful, helped us out with everything, and just really easy to work with.
Welcome back into the Target Center. The Yellow Jackets trail 44-33. Got it down to 9, but it's now at 11 after a bucket before the timeout.
And now we're back to the full court press, picking up by, but token pressure, not like it was in the first half. I think just trying to run some time off the clock are the Warriors.
Now to Anderson, who's okay, coming into the game out of the timeout still. Now to Ohm. Simpson closed on him. Now Thompson backing down the defender, backside near Daniels. Now to Ohm, the extra pass. A three from Ohm, too strong. Thompson skies, gets the board, and gets fouled. It'll be on the floor, but we'll see who it's on.
And Thompson plays a little bit like the Caledonia players.
That's on Kepke. That's also his force. So Caledonia's got 2 on the floor with 4. And King gets the steal. Now Simpson against Anderson. And Anderson fouls as Simpson was going to the hoop strong.
He didn't really have a choice on that one, Jason. I think Simpson just took it. He got Soren just kind of going fast and just went right into his body, looking for the foul. I don't even think he was looking to make the shot.
Simpson at the line to shoot 2. First free throw good for Jay-Sean Simpson.
And free throw shooting may be the difference in the game, Jason, as Caledonia has missed a few, but they've been pretty good at the free throw line.
Simpson misses that one. Rebound to the floor, but out of bounds. On the aggressive attempt for the rebound is Jackson Kepke as the basketball rolls to our left. With 6:06-ish and counting to go on the clock. It's 45-33.
And the score from Williams, Minneapolis North now taking a lead, but not by much, up 50-46 with 12 minutes to go in the second half.
Ohm with it. To Melvin, over to Anderson. Anderson with the head fake, now drives. Short jumper, baseline, no. Simpson skies for the rebound.
Boy, the scouting report has to be Soren Anderson can shoot the 3 because they're not letting him have an inch.
King to Simpson. Behind the back, now knifes through the lane, the jumper and the floater, good.
And that's what I saw. He crossed over, went between his legs, split 2 defenders, and up with the nice little shot in the lane, and boy, is that smooth.
And just like that, the Caledonia lead is back to 14. Ohm with it. Ohm to Daniels, over to Anderson. Looking to Thompson, King read it, but Thompson gets it. Short on the shots. And the rebound grabbed by Jackson Kepke, and now to Eli King. King with a nice move, but loses it on the way up. And it'll be Yellow Jacket basketball.
Yeah, and he kind of claps his hand. I thought it might have went off Daniels off of his hip. That's the first time I've seen him go coast to coast. And I don't know how he stays so controlled, because if I was a player like that, I'd want to be taking it to the basket all the time. But he rarely does that. He usually gets the offense going for the Warriors, and then he lets it happen.
Under 5, Jackets trail. Inside Thompson, but he loses it. I think the thing now that's starting to happen is the Yellow Jackets are anticipating some of that contact, that speed, and not having time, so now they're rushing inside the lane.
Well, and they're trying to shoot it really fast because they know what's coming if they don't, and that means you're catching it faster. And again, I think this pressure is wearing on them a little bit. They look a little tired, and I can't blame them. They have been hounded all game long.
Yellow Jackets have gone 1 deep on their bench today. The extra pass now to the corner, comes back up top. Nice feed inside by Miners to King. A handoff to Eli King. Are you kidding me? He tried a behind the back layup. It was short. Actually, I wouldn't say layup, maybe about a 4-footer. Ended up being shorts. He was looking for contact. The Yellow Jackets get the basketball. And now we got a timeout. I think that's the only way I can describe what I just saw.
Yeah, it was one of those that you try to win a horse game with. He got in the lane and he shot it directly over the top of his head, just a little bit short, and he was looking for the foul on that one even.
We'll take a break. Got the Main 2 Sports Media Network.
Check out the Backyard in Perm. They have the largest selection of bird seed, assorted suets, and bird feeders in the area. Over 50 different varieties of pet food and pet treats, and an even bigger selection of pet toys, leashes, collars, and more. The Backyard is also your pet's destination for a spa day. The grooming salon is open Monday through Friday for grooms, nail trims, and baths. And book a stay for your pet at the Backyard Boarding and Play Care, a brand new facility made to make your pet feel at home. If your pet needs a comfortable place to stay, call Backyard Boarding and Play Care.
Well, welcome back into the Target Center. Yellow Jackets trailing this one 47-33. Caledonia, the number 2 seed. They're looking to move on to take either Annandale or Pequot Lakes. The loser of that game will play the loser of this game tomorrow night, 8 o'clock at Concordia St. Paul in the consolation round.
And I'd just say one thing. I don't know how this game's going to end up. I want you to listen to Magnitude Sports Media as much as you can. But if we're not covering Caledonia and you get a chance to watch Eli King, tune in. Because this guy, you could tell why he's a D1 commit.
Micah Thompson in the backcourt for the Yellow Jackets. To Soren Anderson. Anderson now to Daniels. Back over to Anderson. They're trying to work Thompson in the post. Now the dish to Thompson. It's batted away. Simpson coming in the backside help. Taps it out of bounds.
It's that double that's causing that. It's coming way from the other side of the floor, so you don't even really see it coming. And they're so fast and so long, they're there before you can even react.
Also, just a reminder that the game following this one between Annandale and Pequot Lakes, backside pass to Thompson is good. We'll be live on this stream. Mike Mason with the call here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network, so make sure to tune in for that one too as well.
Yeah, and again, implications are that'll be the next opponent, win or lose, for the Yellow Jackets. So listen in, find out who they're going to play and when they're going to play.
Now with it, Eli King again with Thompson on him. King, the dish to Miners. Miners into the lane, the jumper short. Rebound to Daniels. On a big board as the Yellow Jackets trail by 12. The pressure is starting to come. Ohm will bring it and direct things. Now over to Anderson. Anderson. Now to Ohm. Ohm with the head fake. Drives. The layup is good as Alex Ohm gets the drop. Under 3. It's a 10-point game. Yellow Jackets pick up at half court. As they bring the ball up, does Doyle.
Yeah, and you're going to have to go after some steals here. It's a 10-point game, 2:38. You got a player the caliber of Eli King, they'll just get it back to him.
And 2 fouls, or 5 fouls, excuse me, I was reading the wrong line. So, as with it now is Doyle.
But the way the Caledonia shot free throws, I don't know that you want to send them to the line either, but I think you're going to have to shortly, because if this rolls under 2 and you're down by 10, there's just not that many possessions left.
Yeah, there's going to be 1 foul by Daniels right there. Caledonia is playing a great style of Perham keep-away that we've seen Perham do the last week and a half.
You know what? I think they have it in them to play that not ragtag, because it's not that hectic type pace all game long. I think they've just dialed it back here a little bit. They got up by 10, 15 and just let it happen. And now they're going to play a whole different style. Really impressive for a group of kids to be this disciplined when they like to play fast.
Now Miners will drive. He travels. Big turnover there with 1:58 to go. 47-37 Jacket basketball. Now the Warriors fall back as Thompson will bring it up court. Gets it to Ohm. Under 2. Ohm with it. Looks to drive, gets cut off. Picks up his dribble, gets to Anderson. Anderson at the target center. Local thought about it. Now over to Melvin. Melvin drives baseline into the lane. Anderson cuts through, gets a shot blocked by King.
And that's got to be 4 blocks. He's just so good at filling this stat sheet. And it was a nice move by Anderson.
King breaks half court. Now down low. Miners for 2. And the foul. And Miners will have a chance to deliver the dagger for the Warriors.
And I don't want to take anything away from Miners. He was in the right place at the right time, but King was triple teamed on that one. Threw it across court, hit him on a dime, and he just had to lay it in.
This start of the game was ideal for the Warriors, and they've been able to capitalize as Miners misses. Now Ohm quickly up ahead, and it's stolen away by Miners.
And here comes King again.
And Eli King with the reverse dunk.
Which brings Caledonia fans up to their feet and kind of puts the Yellow Jackets in a tough spot.
And I think the Yellow Jackets are going to make some substitutions as we have a timeout. We'll take a quick break, come back with the final minute here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
KLN is home to great companies like Kenny's Candy and Tuffy's Pet Foods. Matt Nagel here. I was raised right here in Lakes Country. Our products are top-notch. Working for a successful, locally owned family business means job security, pride, and a connection to our local communities. Join us at Kenny's Candy. Experience an awesome benefit program, competitive wages, a sign-on bonus, and profit sharing. Shop local, work local. Get started at klnfamilybrands.com or call 347-0525 and ask for Matt.
Welcome back here to Target Center. Jason Gross with Lance Rock. Mike Mason on controls. 51-37 is the score. With 1:07 to go. The Yellow Jackets, before the timeout, I know one made some substitutions, unable to see who they were yet. We'll see when they come onto the floor, but both teams have made the changes, and we'll move the Yellow Jackets into the consolation round.
And as you said that, Jason, what a classy act by Caledonia. They saw the starters come out. The first thing their coach did was walk down their bench and got their substitutions in too. Great job by both teams getting kids an opportunity to play in the Target Center.
Noah Thompson, Michael Schwantz, Josh Peterson as Onenson with the head fake. That's Gage Onenson as Austin Onenson's on the floor as well. Thompson up top. Peterson with it. Hands it off there for Austin Onenson. Now to Schwantz. He dishes it over to Gage Onenson. Now cross court. Thompson, the three. No good. Rebound Schwantz. Kicks it out. Onenson waits for everyone to clear. Drives. Gets a shot blocked. Peyton Collins with the block.
And a steal up here by Onenson. Gets it to his brother.
Now three by Peterson, too strong. Thompson the rebound with 20 seconds. Up top with it there, Austin Onenson. Now over to Gage Onenson. Now Josh Peterson. He's going to launch a three. That one's good. Nice three-pointer by Josh Peterson, and that will do it as Caledonia will move on with a 51-40 victory over the Perham Yellow Jackets.
And it was a great game, Jason, and I'm really impressed with Caledonia, and that fact that it was 11-point game, you got to be impressed with the Yellow Jackets. They could have really rolled over when it was 17-2 and said, you know what, enough's enough, you win. They did not. They kept playing, and that's a credit to Coach Cressup and his coaching staff and these young men who came down here to battle, and they continued to battle. But Caledonia is going to be a team that it's going to take a really good team to beat them, and a really good team having a good night, because they can just flat out play basketball, and they're deep, and they really, really do a nice job. And Eli King being one of the top 5 for Mr. Basketball, you can see why tonight. It isn't just scoring, and it's so much more than scoring. It is rebounding. It's his defensive presence. I'm almost more impressed with his defensive presence than I was in his scoring, and what an awesome, awesome job by him and the Caledonia staff. But hats off to the Yellow Jackets as they played really hard, and they battled right to the end.
Well, we'll take a break, come back with your postgame show here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Odds are there's an ace right in your neighborhood. With expert advice and the right tools to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their stuff. Welcome to the Home Convenience Store.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell
and Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware,
right here in downtown Perham.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Perham Public Schools, School of Champions.
Check out the Backyard in Perm. They have the largest selection of bird seed, assorted suets, and bird feeders in the area. Over 50 different varieties of pet food and pet treats, and an even bigger selection of pet toys, leashes, collars, and more. The Backyard is also your pet's destination for a spa day. The grooming salon is open Monday through Friday for grooms, nail trims, and baths. And book a stay for your pet at the Backyard Boarding and Play Care, a brand new facility made to make your pet feel at home. If your pet needs a comfortable place to stay, call Backyard Boarding and Play Care.
Hammers Construction is now hiring for a project manager, superintendent, and construction laborers. Since 1956, Hammers Construction has served the region in construction for the commercial, industrial, and agricultural industries, while sticking to the core values of honesty, quality, and integrity. If that's you, then visit our website, hci-mn.com. View photos of recent projects, then click on the Careers tab to start the 2-minute application. Hammers Construction is an equal opportunity employer.
KLN is home to great companies like Kenny's Candy and Tuffy's Pet Foods. Matt Nagel here. I was raised right here in Lakes Country. Our products are top-notch. Working for a successful, locally owned family business means job security, pride, and a connection to our local communities. Join us at Kenny's Candy. Experience an awesome benefit program, competitive wages, a sign-on bonus, and profit sharing. Shop local, work local. Get started at klnfamilybrands.com or call 347-0525 and ask for Matt.
Welcome back here courtside for the postgame show as the Perham Yellow Jackets drop a 51-40 decision to the Caledonia Warriors and advance to the consolation round where they'll take on either Annandale or Pequot Lakes tomorrow night at Concordia St. Paul as we try to track down the official game time for that. We'll try to have it for you throughout our broadcast, and we know the next one, possibly Mike Mason will have the update too as well as Annandale takes on Pequot Lakes. He'll be on the call for that one tomorrow, or coming up here shortly in just a matter of minutes in game number 2 at 8 o'clock. And Lance, for this one though, a lot of Eli King, his ability to not only score the basketball but move the basketball.
Right, and just looking at stats, you can look at whatever you want to. He had 17. He could have easily been close to 30, I think. He was so integral in getting all of his teammates involved, and you're going to hear that there's really balanced scoring for Caledonia as you go through the stats, Jason, and it's just super impressive. You can see why he's in the top 5 for Mr. Basketball in Minnesota. You can see why he's being recruited and committed to Ohio State to play Division I basketball. He's that Iowa State, thank you. He's that type of talent. It just showed tonight, and it was fun to see him up close and personal and see how fast he really is.
The Big Ten gets a lot of things. They're not getting Eli King.
That's
He's going
true.
to the Big 12. I just had to get that in. But he finishes with 17 points tonight. He grabs 8 rebounds, dishes out 5 assists, has 3 blocks and 5 steals to lead the way for Caledonia with 17. Thane Miners with 10. Jay Sean Simpson with 11, 8 on the board for Jackson Kempke, 3 for Mason King. Chris Piper with 2. For the Yellow Jackets leading the way, Micah Thompson with 14. Soren Anderson with 9, 8 points for Alex Ohm, 3 each for Chaz Melvin, Josh Peterson, and Jacob Daniels as the Yellow Jackets dropped this one 51-40. And it was the first 4 minutes or so that really set the tone for Caledonia, getting that big lead and letting them kind of dictate the play.
To me, it seemed like, Jason, and nothing against the Yellow Jackets, they imposed their will in that first 4 minutes and then said, you know what, we got a 15-point lead, and it kind of stayed there all night long. Yellow Jackets dipped into it a couple times, and they did a lot of really nice things, and they worked super hard. But this is a really talented team, and the Yellow Jackets are a good team. But tonight, there just wasn't enough for the Yellow Jackets. And you look at that balanced scoring for Caledonia, and Ketke and Miners sat out for a good portion of this game in foul trouble. Otherwise, I think you would have had one more in double digits for sure, and that's 4 of those 5 starters that I knew could score the basketball would have all been in double figures tonight, and that makes you a pretty tough team to defeat.
Yellow Jackets dropped to 18-11. Caledonia improves to 28-1 and lands. Now for the Yellow Jackets, you turn the page quickly, get ready tomorrow, potentially for a team you're very familiar with in Pequot Lakes.
Right, if it falls true to what we're doing here, and you're jumping the gun, but watching Annandale, really good team. Yeah, the Yellow Jackets played at Pequot Lakes, came away with a nice 14-point, 15-point victory, if I remember right, and it's a familiar foe, and I don't think it's one of those, again, it's hard to beat those teams multiple times, and Pequot Lakes, if that's the case, is going to come ready to see the Yellow Jackets. And, in those type of games, Jason, it's, I think, who bounces back faster. It's even if you're coming in as an unseeded team and you're playing, it still stings. And it still is hard to have this happen that you lose. And so who's going to bounce back tomorrow, and hopefully the Yellow Jackets can.
Tip-off tomorrow night for the Yellow Jackets will be 8 o'clock at the Gengelhoff Center at Concordia, St. Paul. We'll have it for you on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Lance, any final thoughts? Our United Community Bank player of the game. Let's say tournament time. We can do one for each team, I believe. Eli King for Caledonia, who was just outstanding. And on the other side, I believe for the Yellow Jackets, got to give it to Micah Thompson.
Exactly. And Micah had to defend him most of the game. And he also just had a really solid offensive game and really competed tonight. And that's one of the things. And I know you weren't able to watch, but I just want to tell you guys that are Yellow Jackets fans, your kids competed tonight. They came out and competed really hard against a really good team, and they have nothing to hang their heads for. And I know that they'll be ready tomorrow night, and I'm excited not excited to drive back to the cities, but I'm excited to be here to be able to bring you that action as well, along with Jason and Mike. And again, what a run for the Yellow Jackets. They faced a really good team, and I know you'll listen to us, but tune in to watch Caledonia because they're fun to watch. And there's a lot of good teams, and I think Section 8 AA is well represented with the quality of basketball that's coming out of the state of Minnesota right now.
Well, I thought we couldn't see it, and I tried to describe it. To our right here, just maybe about 15 feet away from us, Eli King hit a jumper. Micah Thompson, the look on his face was like, great shot, nothing I can do. You could just see it. Took that deep breath. It was like, all right, tip my cap to you. There's nothing you can do because there was good defense, and he just hit a good shot. And it was that kind of stuff that you saw from Caledonia and Eli King. But like you said, the Yellow Jackets, they worked, they battled. This is a game that had potential of getting away from them, but they continued to battle back, fought it back, got it down to 9 points a couple of times, but just a little too much Caledonia tonight.
And one of the things is, I think when the hurt settles and the dust settles and you kind of regather yourself as the Yellow Jackets and maybe go shoot around a little bit tomorrow, probably 2-3 years down the line, you could end up seeing an Eli King in the NCAA tournament, and you're going to be the one going, hey, I made a shot on him. Hey, I fouled him in the lane. Hey, and those are the things that you can't think about right now, but later on, it's a pretty cool thing to know you're probably going to play that you played against somebody who is really at that level, and those are the memories that are going to be made. And stepping out on this floor, this has been a memory for me, Jason. I never dreamt I'd call a game sitting on the edge of a Target Center, and it's kind of, so I can imagine for these kids, it's a dream come true, and hopefully they can let this game go past them now, enjoy the evening, watch the second game, find out who they're going to play, go back, enjoy being together as a team, wake up tomorrow morning, hopefully the sun's shining and the snow's not flying, and they can get ready for their next game tomorrow night versus Annandale or Pequot Lakes.
Make sure to stay tuned for that one. I'll be here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network between Annandale and Pequot Lakes. Mike Mason will take over the call, and we'll bring that one to you, so make sure to keep it here on this stream. And I know Mike's looking forward to bringing the fun one to you here from the Target Center, and he'll have a great call of that one. But I'd like to thank Mike Mason for Lance Rock. I'm Jason Groth. The Warriors knock off the Yellow Jackets by a score of 51-40.
Thanks, Mike. Okay, so do you want the plug or do you want to retrieve this now?
to the left, actually. Back. Oh my God. You're right.
following broadcast is a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Cameras are ready. The headset is on. It's game time.
All right, welcome live to the Target Center here in Minneapolis, home of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Tonight it's home of the 2022 Minnesota High School League State AA Quarterfinals, the state tournament. In our first game, Jason Lance had the call on Perham and Caledonia. The Warriors picking up a 51-40 win over Perham. They got out to a really quick start on Perham. And then Perham kind of chipped away at it, but it was that slow start that really did Perham in the early part of that first half. If they would have been able to kind of keep the first 4 or 5 minutes of that first half, the way they did the rest of the game, it probably could have been a lot different game. Of course, Eli King for the Caledonia Warriors, certainly pretty impressive, doing some reverse dunks, some windmill dunks, and he had one attempt at a behind the back reverse layup, and it was cool. Even though he didn't make it, it was cool to kind of see that play develop here. And now, so with that quarterfinal in the books, with Caledonia picking up the 51-40 win, Perham will go to the consolation bracket, and we believe they play at 8 o'clock. Our PA announcer said 6 o'clock earlier, but we believe it's 8 o'clock looking at the bracket, but we'll try and get confirmation on that. But whether it's at 6 or whether it's at 8, we'll have the game for you tomorrow here on Magnitude Sports Radio, and we certainly appreciate you tuning in. So the Perham Yellow Jackets will play either Pequot Lakes or Annandale, and those two teams warming up on the court right now. We're about 5 minutes away from the start of the opening tip of this one here, and then the Pequot Lakes Patriots will be in their road whites with blue numerals trimmed in a red, and the Annandale Cardinals will be in red. And I haven't seen their actual jerseys, but I'll get you more on that here in a little bit. We'll take a quick time out here, and once again, we're about 4.5 minutes away from the opening tip of quarterfinal number 2 between the Pequot Lakes Patriots and the Annandale Cardinals. Coming up next here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned. Cabral Metalworks in Rossay offers machining, fabrication, and design services from CNC plasma cutting, precision forming and welding to prototype and CAD design. Cabral Metalworks can assist you with almost any project. Family owned and operated, Cabral Metalworks has a passion for metalworking and makes customer satisfaction its #1 priority. Whether you're a large corporation or an individual with a sketch design on a napkin, Cabral Metalworks can meet your needs from concept to the final product. Call 218-329-5990 or visit cabralmetalworks.com today. You are invited to the Main Line in Downer, a place for your friends and the kids. You can browse the menu of all the favorites: burgers, chicken, pizza, amazing wings. Also, do not forget, they're open for breakfast. The Main Line also has a convenience store plus the end-of-the-line boutique shop that's filled with unique gifts for all your family and all your friends. The Main Line in Downer, 8 miles northeast of Barnesville or 8 miles southeast of Glendon. Order online or call in your order at 218-789-7610.
Hammers Construction is now hiring for a project manager, superintendent, and construction laborers. Since 1956, Hammers Construction has served the region in construction for the commercial, industrial, and agricultural industries, while sticking to the core values of honesty, quality, and integrity. If that's you, then visit our website, hci-mn.com. View photos of recent projects, then click on the Careers tab to start the 2-minute application. Hammers Construction is an equal opportunity employer.
Check out the Backyard in Perham. They have the largest selection of bird seed, assorted suets, and bird feeders in the area. Over 50 different varieties of pet food and pet treats, and an even bigger selection of pet toys, leashes, collars, and more. The Backyard is also your pet's destination for a spa day. The grooming salon is open Monday through Friday for grooms, nail trims, and baths. And book a stay for your pet at the Backyard Boarding and Play Care, a brand new facility made to make your pet feel at home. If your pet needs a comfortable place to stay, call Backyard Boarding and Play Care.
KLN is home to great companies like Kenny's Candy and Tuffy's Pet Foods. Matt Nagel here. I was raised right here in Lakes Country. Our products are top-notch. Working for a successful, locally owned family business means job security, pride, and a connection to our local communities. Join us at Kenny's Candy. Experience an awesome benefit program, competitive wages, a sign-on bonus, and profit sharing. Shop local, work local. Get started at klnfamilybrands.com or call 347-0525 and ask for Matt.
Hi, I'm Jen Hendrickson, mortgage lender at United Community Bank. Whether you're buying, building, or refinancing, we are here to help you through the process and answer all of your questions. Mortgage rates are great right now. You can check out our website at ucbankmn.com to get pre-approved, sign up for Rate Watch, and check out our mortgage rate calculators. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
All right, welcome back to the Target Center here in Minneapolis. Mike Mason with you here at Magnitude Sports Radio, and we are getting ready for the fourth and final quarterfinal round game here in the AA 2A not section but state tournament here between the 7-2A champion Pequot Lakes Patriots and the 6-2A champions, the Annandale Cardinals. The teams are lined up in front of their benches. Starting lineups are about 8 seconds away. And we'll turn it over to our PA announcer here momentarily for those starting lineups. The Annandale Cardinals in their red jerseys with black stripes down the side and white numerals trimmed in black. And the Pequot Lakes Patriots in the white, their white jerseys with blue numbers trimmed in red.
Senior forward, Cruz Magazzini. Number 5, sophomore forward, Gavin Kennedy. Number 12, sophomore guard, Alex Priesel. Number 14, junior guard, Maverick Ackerman. Sophomore guard, number 15, Brayton Spitzka. Number 21, junior forward, Grant Logie. Senior guard, number 23, Jack Hill. Number 24, senior guard, Carson Thurlow. Junior forward, number 25, Leo Bowles-Endelstedt. Sophomore guard, number 31, Connor Quayle. Sophomore forward, number 33, River Summerneck. And number 34, sophomore guard, Clay Erickson. Now here are the starters for the Patriots. Starting at guard, 5'11" senior, number 2, Ryan Arnold. Also a guard, a 5'10" senior number 3, Nick Kotaska. At forward, a 6'4" senior number 22, Evan Rude. At guard, a 6'1" junior number 32, Eli Leposki. And at center, a 6'7" senior number 41, Sam Westley.
All right, so there's your starters for the Pequot Lakes Patriots. Once again, it's the 5'11" senior guard, Ryan Harmala, the 5'10" senior guard, Nick Kotaska, and the 6'4" senior forward, number 22, Evan Rude, the 6'1" junior guard, number 32, Eli Leposki, and the 6'7" tower senior, number 41, Sam Rashidi. And now your reserves and student managers for the Annandale Cardinals are being announced right now.
And reserve players for the Cardinals. Junior guard, number 3, Tyson Schober. Number 4, senior forward, Zach Newt. Senior guard, number 10, Gavin Polston. Sophomore guard, number 12, Graham Zolke. Number 13, sophomore guard, Nick Walter. Sophomore forward, number 14, Caleb Purcell. Number 15, junior forward, Will Mossman. Number 21, sophomore forward, Thomas Westman. Junior forward, number 23, Ryan Newman. Senior forward, number 25, Nick Jenigan. Number 30, sophomore forward, Joseph Healy. And number 35, ninth grade forward.
All right, so those are the reserves for Annandale. Now your starters include the 6'6" senior forward, number 2, Robert Olson, the 5'9" senior guard, number 5, Bryce Folby, the 6'1" senior forward, number 11, Hawken Miller, the 6'7" senior forward, number 22, Brady Spalding, and the 5'8" senior guard, number 22, Carson Ganu.
Number 11, Hawken Miller. At forward, a 6'7" senior, number 22, Brady Spalding. And at guard, a 5'8" senior, number 24, Carson Ganu. Assistant coaches for Annandale are Michael Wilkie.
All right, so once again, it's Olson, Fabi, Miller, Spalding, and Ganu for the Cardinals, and it is Kotaska, Harmala, Rude, Leposki, and Rashavi, your starters for the Patriots. Patriots, 24 wins, 6 losses on the season under the leadership of head coach Rich Spitzka. He is in his 16th year as the head coach, and in those 16 seasons, his win-loss record is 246 and 189. For the Cardinals, they are 28-2 this season. Their 2 losses came early on in the season, 46-51 loss to Maple River back on December 11th, and a 58-63 loss to Albany on December 16th. They come in as Section 6 2A champions under the leadership of head coach Skip Dolan. And we are underway here in the first half of this one at the Target Center, and the Pequot Lakes Patriots will win the opening tip. They'll get the ball down to the baseline here for Evan Rude. Rude will pop it back up top. 2 passes later, they work it back up to the top of the key. Now driving with the left hand, there is Kotaska. Kotaska will pop it back out top. And that was a long three. That was 2 feet beyond the NBA three-point mark from the top of the key, and he airballed it out of bounds. So going to the books as a turnover for the Lakers. So bringing it up court here for the Annandale Cardinals will be Bryce Fabi. Fabi being guarded closely there by Harmala. Fabi will work it over to the left wing. I'll have to look up on the screen to get the jersey numbers on the far end of the court. And a nice off the baseline there. Brady Spalding will get the Cardinals on the board, and it's 2-0. 50 seconds into the contest, quickly back down to the end of the court. The Patriots have it at the top of the key. Now back on the Timberwolf, the chin of the Timberwolf there is Harmala with it. Harmala will dish it off there for Leposki. Leposki picks it up at the high post, moves it back up top there for Harmala. Harmala hands it off there for Rude. Rude will spin. Leposki with it now, and a pass down low out of bounds off the fingertips, and it'll go back to the Cardinals, and that's turnover number 2 now here for the Pequot Lakes Patriots. So once again, Fabi will bring it up court here for the Cardinals. Over the timeline, flips it over into the hands there of Ganyu. Ganyu works it inside, 2 passes later, they get it into Spalding. Spalding spins on the low post, and he draws a foul. He'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
Patriots foul charge to Evan Rude. It is his first, team's first.
Evan Rude will pick up the foul. It's his first, team's first. And going to the free throw line here for the Cardinals is Spalding, and he'll connect on the first one. And it's now 3-0 here in favor of the Annandale Cardinals. Cardinals, second free throw is up, and it is in. 2 for 2 on that trip to the free throw line there for Spalding. He has 2 points. And the Cardinals take a 4-0 lead. Top of the key, now into the lineup here, Sam Rashabi with it. Now back to the top of the key, they get into the hands of Katoska. Katoska over here to the left elbow into the hands of Harmala. Harmala will dribble up to the free throw line, put up a floater, it's in. Harmala will get the Patriots on the board, and they've cut the lead in half at 4-2 with 15:57 and counting to go. Back the other way now comes Olsen. No, check that, Fabi, excuse me. Now they'll work it down to the low post near side of the lane for Spalding. Spalding spins around 2 defenders, cannot get it to go. They'll battle for the rebound. It's tipped around, comes down to the corner. Now the Cardinals get it back on the baseline, and now a tip ball goes out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Patriots. Went out of bounds on the right sideline as I see it from near to far, I guess you could call it. Usually I'm used to doing left-right stuff here, but this one will be a unique experience here for us. Bringing it down the court, here's Leposki. Leposki down the near sideline, dribbles up to the top of the key, now works it to the high post. Lobs a pass down low. The pass was intended there for Rashovsky, and that ball will go out of bounds to my left sneaker here, right in front of the broadcast booth. I'll stop the clock with 15:26 to go, and the Cardinals will get it back off another turnover here by the Patriots. Inbounds pass will be triggered by Ganyu. Ganyu will get it in as the Patriots put 2 men in the backcourt now. They'll lob a pass up front here to Miller. Miller hands it off quickly to Ganyu. Ganyu over the timeline, 2 quick passes back into Miller, and it's in and out. He had it in the paint on that quick pass and a nice save. Miller picks up the loose ball, works to the top of the key for Spalding. 2 passes later, left corner. Now they work it into the mid post. Through the paint, draws the foul, go to the line to shoot 2. It'll be Brady Spalding going to the line for the Cardinals. Once again, the winner of this one will play Caledonia in the semifinals on Friday. The other team will play tomorrow against Perham at approximately 8 o'clock. Once again, at the free throw line is Brady Spalding, shooting 2, and he makes the first of those 2. Spalding with 5 points and make it 6. It took a while for that one to drop in. Took about 4 hops on the back of the rim, and then it would finally collapse and go through the hoop. Harmala with it at the top of the key. Harmala now drives into the free throw line, pops it back out there for, that is Gavin Kennan, number 5, into the lineup. NBA 3 here for Logie, and it's off the mark. He'll miss that one, and bringing it up court quickly here is Spalding. Spalding down to the baseline. They work it back up top for Ganyu at the top of the key. Now Spalding with a left wing 3, too strong. If that would have been an NBA 3, he would have made it. He was he was at the high school 3-foot line, and that's about maybe a 2.5, 3-foot difference. 19-9 to 22, and from 19-9, he shot that ball about 21 feet. So the ball go out of bounds. It'll be a baseline inbounds pass. They'll rifle it in, catch and shoot 3 from the corner. And on the offensive rebound, the follow-up shot would not go. Pequot Lakes will get the rebound. Down by 4. It's 6-2 here in favor of the Annandale Cardinals. The 2 seed in the tournament. Pequot Lakes got in on the random draw. They'll work it out to the near corner here, and with the basketball now is Logie. Logie will have it stolen away. Down the other end, Spalding goes to the hoop, and it bounces off the rim. Left, right side of the rim, and now the rebound comes down to Logie, and down low there's a foul. The foul will go on the Cardinals. Brady Spalding picks up his team's first. 13:55 and counting to go is bringing it up to court here for Pequot Lakes is Leposki. Leposki fires into the corner. Harmala for a 3. Off the front of the rim, it won't go. And now the quick rebound and quickly up court. They went from one end of the court to the other end of the court in about 1 second on 3 passes. That was electrically fast there. I could not keep track of it all. Back the other way now come Pequot Lakes after the missed shot by the Cardinals. Up top of the key now, it is Leposki. Leposki with the left-handed dribble into the high post. Now works it back up top of the key there for Harmala. Harmala, and now a 3-pointer's up and in from Eli Leposki. Off the handoff pass there from Harmala. It was a top of the key 3, and now it is a 1-point game, 6-5. Cardinals have the lead. They'll try and respond with a 3 of their own that rattles in and out, but a rebound underneath, and he got rejected by the side of the backboard, got his own rebound in midair, put it up, and was fouled. And going to the free throw line is Robert Olson on a midair rebound follow-up off the glass and got fouled. He did it all in midair. The only thing he's not going to do in midair there was the free throw that's coming up here. 8-5, a 3-point game, and chance for Olson to make it a 4-point game, and he will. Free throw is good. 12:58 and counting to go. Pequot Lakes will slowly bring it up the court here with Leposki. Leposki over the timeline, shoots it near wing here for Logie. Logie back up top. Now they will get it back to Leposki here on the right elbow. Now he'll dribble into the high post, put up a high post jumper, it's in. And that trims the lead to 2, it's 9-7. Miller, Hawken Miller, a 6'1 senior forward, will bring it up court here for the Cardinals. 2 quick passes under the right wing for Gagnon. Gagnon works it back up to the right elbow for Fabi. Now Gagnon has it in the corner, back to Fabi at the top of the key. Nearly lost the ball, dished a pass off there. Now a high post jumper is up and in for Robert Olson, give the assist to Hawken Miller. And it's now 11-7, in favor of the Cardinals. Nice backdoor pass to the baseline, but the shot goes in and out. Shot attempted there by Carson Thurlow, who's into the lineup now for the Patriots. And now back the other way, it's Gagnon. Gagnon gets the ball back after passing it, and then he'll fire it right back to Fabi. Fabi and Gagnon continue to play catch. Now they work it into the paint, back to Fabi. Now Gagnon has it in the right corner. Back to Fabi now, and he may have gotten away with the travel there, but they'll get it right back to him. If I look up the monitor, I can see who has the ball. Fabi with the 3. Give Miller the assist on that 3, and it's now the Cardinals have now doubled up here, the Patriots, 14-7. Left corner. They'll work it into the high post off a dribble, and now they work it back up towards the top of the key. It's into the hands of Evan Rude. Rude dishes it down to the baseline there for Thurlow. And now corner 3, in and out and in and out, and battle for the rebound and a foul underneath on somebody. My guess it's on the Cardinals, and it is. (14-7), 11 minutes exactly to go here in the first half of play. Baseline inbounds pass coming from Leposki. He'll lob it up top there for Kataska. Kataska back to Leposki. Leposki with a right-handed dribble, dribbles up top of the key. Now on the left elbow, it's going to be Logie. Logie into the corner here for Kataska. Back to Logie. Now they get it out to Logie again here on the near elbow. top of the key, that is Logie. Logie will dribble into the free throw line, get double teamed, pop it back out to Leposki. Leposki drives into the paint. Fade away from the high post, in and out, won't go. Battle for the rebound between the legs. It's scooped up there by Evan Rude, and now a three on the way. That's out the front of the rim, out of the hands of Katoska, and that is going to be a rebound there for the Cardinals. Bringing it up court, up the middle of the court is Spalding. Spalding now fires it there for Fabi, excuse me. It's a long O and not a short O. Missed shot there, and they'll come back the other way. Into the near corner on the baseline with the ball. Here is Logie, and Logie scores. Drives it through the mid blocks into the paint. A little floater off the glass, one-handed on the right hand. He gets the bucket, and it's now 14-9, and the Pequot Lakes Patriots are staying within striking distance against the number 2 seeded Annandale Cardinals, and there's a foul down at the other end. It's an offensive foul on the Cardinals, so the Patriots will get the ball back.
Player control foul for Spalding. That is his second personal. Robert Olsen back in for the Cardinals. Returning for
Once again, the winner of this game plays Caledonia. The other team will play Perham at approximately 8 o'clock tomorrow night. The Perham game will be at Concordia University in downtown Minneapolis. I spent some time in downtown Minneapolis. That's a fun place to be. Patriots working the ball around the perimeter. Some nice passing here. They'll get it into Cruz Magazzini, and out of bounds. It goes back to the Cardinals. They'll turn it over. 14-9, 9:19 to go here in the first half of play. Inbounds pass. And slowly bringing it up the left side of the court there is the point guard for the Cardinals, and that is Bryce Fabi. Fabi lobs a pass, opposite elbow here to Hawken Miller. Miller with a right-handed dribble, dishes the pass off there for Gagnon. Gagnon dribbles back up to the near wing, floats a pass back over to Fabi. Fabi floats a pass back over to Gagnon. Gagnon looking inside, nobody home. Now they work it in. Miller, and now back out. Fabi for a three, and that one is no good. And down at the other end is a foul on. It was a foul on the ground. It was a foul on Pequot Lakes. So Patriots with 5 team fouls already. 8:48 to go here in the first half, and it will be a baseline inbounds pass for the Cardinals. Fabi looking around, surveying, lobs it out to the top of the key there for Gagnon. Gagnon with a short pass, left elbow into the hands there of Hawken Miller. Miller works it inside, quick pass out to Fabi for three. Right wing three is in. That makes the score 17-9. Patriots, Harmala with it. Harmala works it across the top of the key into the hands of Katoska. Back over to Harmala. Harmala back to Katoska. Katoska now fires it to Magazzini. At the top of the key, they get it back here to Katoska. Katoska with a shuffle pass there to Harmala. Back over to Katoska on the left wing. Now they work it to the free throw line there for Evan Rude. Rude had it stripped away. It was picked up by Katoska. Katoska on his pivot foot on the high post. Works it back to the top of the key. Katoska being guarded closely there by Gagnon. 7:47 and counting to go. I'll start my clock. Ball's tipped inside. Ooh, and who touched it last? It's gonna go back for the Cardinals. His foot was just a hair off the baseline, and that would have been out of bounds. But the ball was poked away from him as his foot was sliding out of bounds, and as a result, the Cardinals will get the ball when, in theory, they shouldn't have. It should have been Pequot Lake's ball, but one of the Patriots tipped it, and it goes right back to the Cardinals. And now Fabi will bring it up the court. Fabi gets it to Miller. Miller on the near wing here. Left-handed dribble into the paint, splits defenders off the glass and in. 19-9 our score. Inside 8 minutes to play. With the basketball now here on the near wing is Harmala. Harmala will get it back after a pass. He'll back up in between the circles, fire it over to the, I'm going to look up at the monitor because it's hard to tell left and right when I'm at the baseline. There's a top of the key three for Leposki. And there's a timeout on the floor. It's 19-12 with 6:55 to go. We'll keep it right here, let our clock catch up a little bit. Mike Mason with you here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Thank you so much for tuning in and staying with us from the Perham Caledonia game. Once again, the Pequot Lakes Patriots 24-6 on the season, while the Annandale Cardinals 28-2 on the season. 6:55 to go here, 19-12. The 6 losses for the Patriots came on December 10th and December 14th. 55-49 to Grand Rapids, 66-65 loss to Nevis. They wouldn't lose again until January 18th when they'd fall 76-68 to Detroit Lakes. And then their next loss came to the Esco Eskimos, 63-50 on February 8th. The next loss was 52-35 to the Perham Yellow Jackets on February 17th. And then their most recent loss on March 2nd to the Bemidji Lumberjacks, 47-35. Back to action now out of the timeout. Annandale has the basketball at the top of the key. With it is Gagnon. Gagnon will dish it off into the near corner. Now they're looking inside, nobody home. Back to the top of the key to Miller. Miller with the pass down low, and the basket's no good. It was a blocked shot. Bringing it back the other way is Leposki. He'll pull up for a three, nails it. 19-15 on the three-pointer by Leposki. He just took the ball off the blocked shot, came down the court, and just made it look silky smooth. Hits a left wing three. Now back the other way and a drive to the basket. Left a little bit short. Leposki with another rebound. Works the pass outside here for Massman. Now back to Leposki. Leposki pulls up for another three, and that one's off the mark. And skying for the rebound. And will there be a foul? No, they're going to call a travel. Bryce Fabi skied up for the rebound off the missed three, and he fell to the floor, and his body moved with the ball in hand before he could get the pass off to his teammate, and that would draw the whistle, and there'd be a baseline inbounds pass as Leposki will look for it. And a catch and shoot three off the mark, and battle for the rebounds, tipped right back into the hands of, that is Grant Logie with the basket. And all of a sudden, it's a 2-point game. Cardinals up 19-17 here with 5.5 to go in the first half. Fabi over to Miller. Miller on the left wing. Looks at the basket, doesn't pull the trigger. Works it back up top there for Robert Olson. Olson will get it into the hands there. And it's going to be taken away. And then Brady Spalding gets it right back and drives to the hoop for two. 21-17, 5:11 and counting to go. Patriots with the basketball. Right-handed dribble there. That is wrong roster. That is Logie. And the three is up and in. Left wing for Spitzka. And it's a 1-point game. 21-20 inside 5 minutes to go. Miller works it into the hands there of Spalding. Spalding to the hoop off the left baseline, scores. 23-20. It's a one-possession game, and the way Pequot Lakes has been playing here, they could easily tie it up. If they get an open look at three, they'll work it inside, and a foul is coming on the drive to the basket there by Sam Rashavi. Stops the clock with 4.5 to go, 23-20, and it'll be an inbounds pass from the baseline, near side of the basket for the Patriots. Leposki on the baseline, looks for the inbounds pass. He'll fire it near corner, catch and shoot three for the tie, it's in! Courtesy of Spitzka, Braden Spitzka with the corner three to knot this game up at 23 apiece. 4:20 and counting to go. Fabi works it into the corner here. That with the basketball now is Gagnon. Gagnon works it back up top, Fabi. Now Miller over on the right wing. Gets it into the high post there for Olsen. Olsen, one dribble, works it back up top in between the circles for Fabi. Fabi will get a screen, stop at the three-point line, dish it off to Miller. Miller backs up top of the key. Now to the high post, right side. They work it down to the low blocks. Nice strong move, and it's up and in. And the basket scored by Zach Newts. Zach Newts, a 6'6" senior for the Cardinals. And on the baseline, now they work it in, and the ball was tipped. It's the loose ball picked up by Olsen, and now it's immediately turned over as Leposki gets a steal. Works it up, catch and shoot three for the lead. It's in. 26-25, Pequot Lakes with the lead, 3:15 to go. Fabi brings it over the timeline. Works it into the right corner. Now they work it up into the high post for Olsen. Olsen kicks it out. Miller drives the baseline near side. Nice pass into the paint. Up and in and one. Zach Newts will go to the free throw line as he gets the basket in. And now the
That is his second personal. The basket is good by Zach Newts. He is at the line for one shot. Number 14.
26-25 and Zach Newts, 27-26 in favor of the Cardinals. And Zach Newts will have a chance to make it a 2-point advantage. And no, he'll miss it. But an offensive rebound comes up to the top of the key for Gagnon. Gagnon, right-handed dribble, and now he'll pull up for three. Bingo, he got it. 30-26 as the Cardinals retake the lead. Leposki brings it up court. Hands it off there for Harmala. Harmala back over to Leposki. Leposki being dangerously closely there by Fabi. Leposki on the Timberwolves logo at midcourt. And the pass was intercepted. Coming back down the other end is Gagnon. Gagnon to the hoop. All the way coast to coast scores. Off the turnover. And the lead's up to 6, 32-26. Harmala will bring it over the timeline, work it up into the hands of Ravashi. Ravashi looking around at the high post, needs to get rid of it soon. Gets it to Leposki. Leposki will pull up, long two, in, got it. That makes it 32-28. Minute 43 and counting to go. Miller with it here on the right wing. He'll drive down. That'll be a charge on Miller, and the foul will go on the Cardinals, and Pequot Lakes will get the ball back. He was driving into the hoop down the near side of the paint and just put his arm into his defender, and it was a charge. Substitutions now for the Cardinals. Coming in, Nick Jenigas, a 6'4" senior, into the lineup for the Cardinals. Kataska, brings it up court, hands it off for Harmala. Harmala pulls up, free throw line, shot off, and the rebound grabbed by Olsen. Quickly to Fabi. Fabi with a right-handed dribble, hands it off, catch and shoot three, no, off the mark. And the rebound soaring up for it there was Logie for the Patriots. A minute and change to go. Patriots have the ball and they are down by 4, 32-28. With the basketball is Harmala. Harmala will hand it off there for Leposki. Leposki will get the screen from Rashavi. And now Leposki gets around defender and drops it in. From the high post near side of the lane at the top of the paint, puts it in. It's a 2-point game inside of a minute to go here in the first half. Cardinals up 32-30. Phobie dishes a pass off there for Jeninis. And Jeninis will fire it. Now 2 passes later, it's Gagnon. Gagnon on the far corner. Now circles back up top in between the circles on the Timberwolves logo at midcourt. Fires it back over to the right wing into the hands there, Robert Olsen. Olsen inside and the shot's missed. Rebound comes away, 20 seconds to go. And Pequot Lakes can take their time, hopefully get the final shot, maybe go into halftime with this game tied. 32-30, the Cardinals have the lead. They'll work it here to Olsen. Or no, check that, Harmela. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Leposki with the ball, lost it out of bounds. 1.1 second to go, and the Cardinals will get it off the turnover. They'll inbound it from in front of their own bench. With the inbounds pass here is going to be Nick Genesis. And Genesis, half quarter up, and it's off the mark. And Carson Gagne with that half-court attempt brings us to halftime with their score, the Annandale Cardinals 32 and the Pequot Lakes Patriots 30. Halftime, it's a good one here. We'll see what the second half has to bring when we return after this break here on Magnitude Sports.
Perham Public Schools, School of Champions. Perham Public Schools, School of Champions.
KLN is home to great companies like Kenny's Candy and Tuffy's Pet Foods. Matt Nagel here. I was raised right here in Lakes Country. Our products are top notch. Working for a successful, locally owned family business means job security, pride, and a connection to our local communities. Join us at Kenny's Candy. Experience an awesome benefit program, competitive wages, a sign-on bonus, and profit sharing. Shop local, work local. Get started at klnfamilybrands.com or call 347-0525 and ask for Matt.
Hi, I'm Trevor Seaman with United Community Bank, and today we're down at the Gathering Grounds, joined with Ashley Clifton.
Hello.
Ashley, how are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
What's the best part for you about working with United Community Bank?
Besides just that they believed in me and kind of took a chance on me and helped me get it all together, I think what's more is that they really do support the community. They come in the store all the time. They don't just give us business, but they, encourage our business, buy gift cards in the winter when we're slower to give to other, locals and businesses. So it's just really inspirational for me.
Check out the Backyard in Perm. They have the largest selection of bird seed, assorted suets, and bird feeders in the area. Over 50 different varieties of pet food and pet treats, and an even bigger selection of pet toys, leashes, collars, and more. The Backyard is also your pet's destination for a spa day. The grooming salon is open Monday through Friday for grooms, nail trims, and baths. And book a stay for your pet at the Backyard Boarding and Play Care, a brand new facility made to make your pet feel at home. If your pet needs a comfortable place to stay, call Backyard Boarding and Play Care.
Hammers Construction is now hiring for a project manager, superintendent, and construction laborers. Since 1956, Hammers Construction has served the region in construction for the commercial, industrial, and agricultural industries, while sticking to the core values of honesty, quality, and integrity. If that's you, then visit our website, hci-mn.com. View photos of recent projects, then click on the Careers tab to start the 2-minute application. Hammers Construction is an equal opportunity employer.
Odds are there's an ace right in your neighborhood. With expert advice and the right tools to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock. With people who know their stuff. Welcome to the Home Convenience Store.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell
and Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware,
right here in downtown Perham.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
All right, welcome back. Halftime here, and it's been a fun one so far. The Annandale Cardinals up 2 on the Pequot Lakes Patriots. 32-30 is our halftime score, and taking a look, Evan Leposki leading the way for the Patriots with half of his team's points. He has 15, and more stats coming up for you here as soon as they become available to me once again, because they just disappeared on me. So let's take a look. You can find us online, of course. You can listen to our radio broadcasts on YouTube the same way that you watch our video broadcasts on YouTube, youtube.com/Magnitude Sports. And you can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Magnitude SN, Instagram, Magnitude SN1. Take a look at our upcoming schedule here. We'll have more state tournament action for you tomorrow. Perham will be hosting one of these two. Well, maybe not hosting, but they'll be playing one of these two teams tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. And it's too early to make a prediction on which team that'll be. And then if Perham wins tomorrow, they'll have another game on Friday. If Perham loses tomorrow, I believe that's the end of the tournament for them, I believe. And then Saturday, that game would be on Saturday. So if Perham makes it to Saturday, we'll have a game for you on Saturday, March 26th. If Perham doesn't make it to Saturday, then we'll have two games instead of 3 games for you on Saturday. In theory, let's say Perham makes it to Saturday, they'll play at a time to be determined on Saturday, March 26th. Jason Lance would be here for that broadcast if necessary. And then I'll be in Spencer, Iowa at Cardinal Field as the Okobojoes Cardinals will be playing the Post 400 Stars. Try and say that one 3 or 4 times fast. 1 o'clock first pitch on the doubleheader Saturday, 12 noon first pitch on the doubleheader Sunday between the Stars and Okobojoes. And then more Stars baseball for you from Iowa on April 1, 2, and 3. You can dig deeper into that schedule at our website at magnitudesn.com. Back to our halftime numbers here. As I mentioned, for Pequot Lakes, it is Eli Leposki leading the way with 15 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. He has 2 personal fouls. Grant Logie for the Patriots, the 6'5 junior forward, has 7. 2 for Ryan Harmala. And those are your leaders right now for the Pequot Lakes Patriots, who have scored 30 in the first half. For the Annandale Cardinals, it is pretty even scoring. Bryce Phobie with 6, 5 for Robert Olson, and 5 more for Carson Gagnon. And Gagnon with 1 rebound, and Olson with 5 rebounds, and Phobie with 2 rebounds. And that rounds up some of your first half numbers here for the Annandale Cardinals, champions of 6-2A, and the Pequot Lakes Patriots, champions of 7-2A. We're about 3 minutes away from the start of the second half. We'll let the band play because I can't hear myself over the band. And we'll be back in a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Be right back.
Perham Public Schools, School of Champions. Perham Public Schools, School of Champions.
KLN is home to great companies like Kenny's Candy and Tuffy's Pet Foods. Matt Nagel here. I was raised right here in Lakes Country. Our products are top-notch. Working for a successful, locally owned family business means job security, pride, and a connection to our local communities. Join us at Kenny's Candy. Experience an awesome benefit program, competitive wages, a sign-on bonus, and profit sharing. Shop local, work local. Get started at klnfamilybrands.com or call 347-0525 and ask for Matt.
Hi, I'm Trevor Seaman with United Community Bank, and now we are in Long Weekend Sportswear talking with Tammy Seifert. Tammy, how are you?
Good, thanks.
What's the best part about working with United Community Bank?
They're local. They have been our best buddies since we purchased the business. They bent over backwards to educate us and let us know the best way to purchase this business. This was our first, endeavor of doing something so big. They've just always been there for us. Always been there for us. I love just picking up the phone and calling. We just wouldn't be working with anybody else other than UCB.
Check out the Backyard in Perham. They have the largest selection of bird seed, assorted suets, and bird feeders in the area. Over 50 different varieties of pet food and pet treats, and an even bigger selection of pet toys, leashes, collars, and more. The Backyard is also your pet's destination for a spa day. The grooming salon is open Monday through Friday for grooms, nail trims, and baths. And book a stay for your pet at the Backyard Boarding and Play Care, a brand new facility made to make your pet feel at home. If your pet needs a comfortable place to stay, call Backyard Boarding and Play Care.
All right, welcome back. Second half of action here between the Annandale Cardinals and the Pequot Lakes Patriots. About to get underway. You hear the horn, and maybe you heard the horn, and it's a 2-point game. It's been a fun one so far. Once again, Eli Leposki leading the way for the Patriots with half of his team's points, 15 of the team's 30. It'll be Cardinals basketball to start the second half. They'll inbound it from the far side of the mid-court into the backcourt, and bringing it up court here is Fabi. Fabi, a 5'9" senior guard, lost it out of bounds, and last touch there by Robert Olson. The ball will go back to the Patriots. 11 seconds into the first half. Inbounds pass there by Rashabi, gets it into Leposki. Leposki brings it over the timeline with the right-handed dribble, beats it back now to the right wing here for Harmala. Harmala gets the ball back after a pass, top of the key, flips it to Leposki on the right elbow. Leposki dribbles up top of the key, around a double team, hands it off high on the near side here for Harmala. Harmala will dribble back to the opposite side, and now he'll fire it to the top of the key for Leposki as the Cardinals play that 2-2-1 zone. That's what it appears to be, or a 1-2-2, depending on how you're looking at it. Leposki for 3, rattles in and out, won't go, tipped out of bounds, and it's going to be Cardinal basketball. I don't know, I thought maybe the Cardinals touched it last when it went out of bounds, but apparently not. Stops the clock with 17:09 to go here in the second half of play. 0-0 here in half number 2, 32-30 after the first half. Fabi brings it over the timeline, being guarded very closely there by Kataska. And now Miller with the 3, it's up and in. Correction, it was Gagnon with the 3. Pequot Lakes bringing it up the court quickly. They're down 5 now, 35-30. As they work it over into the hands of, that is Kataska. Kataska drives into the paint, pops it to the baseline for Leposki, now back up top. Handoff there for Kataska. Kataska dribbles up to the top of the key, right-handed dribble to the high post near side of the lane. Now back up top in between the circles. Leposki dishes it back off there for Kataska. Kataska will back up right in front of the midcourt stripe on the eye of the Timberwolves. 2 passes later, catch and shoot 3. Leposki was off the back rim too strong, and the rebound comes down to the Cardinals. They'll bring it back up court in the hands of Hawken Miller. Miller over the timeline, works it near side for Gagnon. Check that. Yeah, that was Gagnon. Gagnon with the basketball now, works it back up top for Miller. Hawken Miller will dish it off to his teammate, and that is Fabi, excuse me. That 3 is off the mark, and an easy rebound there for the 6'7" Rashavi. And now the Patriots bring it back up court, near sideline. Work the pass up high on the far side. Now he'll dribble back up in front of the time stripe. Hands it off there for Harmala. Harmala high post, just inside the 3-point arc. Too strong, missed the shot. And coming back the other way is the Cardinals, 15-19 and counting. They'll work it into the paint. Now there's a foul. It's a reach. It's going to be a reach-in foul on Evan Rude. Oh, correction. It'll be on Thurlow and not Rude. Nope. The referee said 24. 24 is not on the court. It actually was Evan Rude as first thought. Inbounds pass from the baseline, floats the pass up top of the key. Now back into the corner, and the three is in and out, courtesy of Bryce Fabi. And then the rebound by Robert Olson. And it is a 5-0 run here for the Cardinals to start the second half. At the top of the key is Kataska. Kataska gets it to Leposki. Leposki now back up top to Kataska. Kataska dribbles up to the top of the key, now switches direction, goes down the near side of the lane. 2 quick passes, now they work it back up top here for Harmala. Harmala will get it back in front of the midcourt stripe for Leposki. Leposki dribbles down to the near elbow, now dribbles back up top with the right hand to the top of the key. Driving baseline, and the shot was rejected by the bottom of the backboard, and the Cardinals bring it up court quickly. In transition, they get the pass down to the baseline. Waits for his defender to go by, lays it in off the glass for 2. That's 2 more for Brady Spalding, and it's a turnover and a timeout. The timeout occurred before the turnover, so it'll remain Pequot Lakes basketball. But they're down 9 now, 39-30 with 14:07 to go. We'll take a timeout. Be right back.
Perham Public Schools, School of Champions. Perham Public Schools, School of Champions.
Hammers Construction is now hiring for a project manager, superintendent, and construction laborers. Since 1956, Hammers Construction has served the region in construction for the commercial, industrial, and agricultural industries, while sticking to the core values of honesty, quality, and integrity. If that's you, then visit our website, hci-mn.com. View photos of recent projects, then click on the Careers tab to start the 2-minute application. Hammers Construction is an equal opportunity employer.
All right, welcome back. 39-30, 14:07 to go here in the second half of play. Brady Spalding leading the way with 12 points for the Cardinals, and Eli Leposki leading the way with 15 points for the Patriots. Leposki has the basketball. Now he'll kick it off into the hands there of Logie. And Logie down low scores. No basket. They're waving it off. I'm not sure why they waved it off. I didn't see. They're at the far end of the court. Cardinals bring it back. They put it into the hands here of Ganyu. Quick pass into the near corner from Miller. Miller right in front of me, works the pass inside to Robert Olson at the free throw line. Now they work it back up to the top of the key. Now on the left elbow will be Fabi. Fabi floats a pass into the free throw line there, and now the fadeaway jumper from the high post is off the mark, and there's some hand slaps in midair on the rebound, and the ball will go back to Pequot Lakes. Foul goes to Hawken Miller. 13-18 and counting to go. With the basketball is Leposki. Leposki gets it into the hands there of Logie. Logie back to Leposki at the top of the key. 13:05 to go. Leposki dribbles over to the left side with the left-handed dribble at the left elbow. Now he's looking inside. Nobody available. Leposki will keep it himself. Down to the mid-blocks. A fadeaway left it short, but it's basically a pass into the hands of his teammate, Gavin Kennan, who scores. And that's the first points of the half for the Patriots. Back the other way now for the Cardinals. They'll float a pass that's tipped into the near corner, and it's saved into the hands of Hawken Miller, and it's poked around, loose ball on the floor. It's eventually picked up here by Gavin Kennan, and the Pequot Lakes Patriots will come away with it. It'll be a turnover for the Cardinals. 39-32, 12:25 and counting to go. Leposki with it here on the right wing. Now he dribbles up to the top of the key. Now he dribbles into the high post, floats one out to the left corner. Into the hands there of Spitzka. That shot is off the mark. Rebound comes down to the hands of Robert Olson. Olson will dish it off there for Gagnon in the backcourt. Now they'll get it into the left wing here for Spalding. Spalding looks around. A couple passes later, they get it back up. I believe that's Fabi at the top of the key, and it is. Fabi will dish off to Spalding. Spalding will get it back. And I'm not sure who that pass was intended for. It was into the corner for a player I couldn't see as my view is blocked by the basketball hoop. But it was a missed three-pointer from somebody in the corner, and now Pequot Lakes has it down at the other end. Leposki at the top of the key. Leposki drives, missed the shot, tipped around, back up, offensive rebound, shot up and in by Rashavi, and he scores. And that pulls the Patriots within 5. 39-34 as the Patriots put some pressure in the backcourt. They finally get it over the timeline with about 2 seconds left on the 10-second rule. And going for the slam dunk off the baseline, Robert Olson give Miller the assist, and in addition to the dunk, it's a foul, and he'll go to the line to get a three-point play opportunity. They got the pass to Miller on the high post near side of the lane. Miller dribbled down to the baseline, shuffled a pass through the paint to Olson, who just took off like a jet plane and slammed it down hard, and he got fouled on the dunk off the baseline. Now he goes to the free throw line to try and get one more. 41-34, make it 42-34. And a timeout on the floor. We'll take one with them. We'll be back in a moment. It's 40-34 in favor of the Pequot, the Annandale Cardinals here on the Magnitude Sports Network. We'll be right back.
KLN is home to great companies like Kenny's Candy and Tuffy's Pet Foods. Matt Nagel here. I was raised right here in Lakes Country. Our products are top-notch. Working for a successful, locally owned family business means job security, pride, and a connection to our local communities. Join us at Kenny's Candy. Experience an awesome benefit program, competitive wages, a sign-on bonus, and profit sharing. Shop local, work local. Get started at klnfamilybrands.com or call 347-0525 and ask for Matt.
Hammers Construction is now hiring for a project manager, superintendent, and construction laborers. Since 1956, Hammers Construction has served the region in construction for the commercial, industrial, and agricultural industries, while sticking to the core values of honesty, quality, and integrity. If that's you, then visit our website, hci-mn.com. View photos of recent projects, then click on the Careers tab to start the 2-minute application. Hammers Construction is an equal opportunity employer.
All right, welcome back. 10:50 to go, 42-34. Actually, I have a little bit more than 10:50 to go. And Pequot Lakes has the basketball. Leposki at the top of the key. Quotes a pass here to Harmala. Harmala left wing, dribbles up top of the key, stops, gets it back into the hands there of Logie. Logie will float a pass, catch and shoot three, left it a little bit short. It was an NBA three and left it about off the front of the rim. Coming back the other way here will be Gagnon. Gagnon will get the pass here to Miller. Miller back over to Fabi. Fabi back over to Miller. Miller across the top of the key. High post jumper on the way now. Tried to rattle it in off the glass. Won't go. And the rebound comes down to Leposki. Leposki floats a pass. It's out of bounds. He floated the pass cross court. It was intended for Harmala. Harmala couldn't get his hands on the ball, and it would go out of bounds, and they'll give the ball right back to the Cardinals. I'll stop the clock with 10:04 to go here in the second half. 42-34 our score. Inbounds pass comes into Gagnon. Gagnon works it up court to Spalding. Spalding at the top of the key, being guarded by Leposki, pushes in the corner. Three on the way. That one's off the mark here, courtesy of Fabi, and a whistle and out of bounds. The ball will go back to Pequot Lakes. 9:49 to go here in the second half, and it's a 6-point check that, it's an 8-point basketball game. Full court pressure now by the Cardinals as the inbounds pass comes into Kataska. Kataska with the left hand dribbles over the Timberwolves logo over midcourt stripe. Gets it to Harmala. Harmala to Leposki. Now Leposki pushes in the corner. Back up top to Harmala. Now Kataska with it. Kataska right-handed dribble, and it will be a foul, I believe, on Zach Newts of the Cardinals. We'll double check. Yes, it will be. And that shot is up and in. I looked down for a second. I didn't see who got it. Grant Logie is the announced basketball player who made that shot. Back the other way. Cardinals shot a little bit short from Miller, and it'll roll out of bounds. Should go back to the Patriots, I believe, and it will. 9:14 to go. Officials going to the scorer's table to talk something over. I'm not exactly sure what. Rashabi will get it in here for Kataska. Kataska will nearly lose the ball in the backcourt, but picks it back up. Now he goes into the paint, and he lost it. And coming back the other way here for the Cardinals is Spalding. He'll dish it off to Phoebe. What a basket! And what an assist by Spalding. Spalding was driving coast to coast to the basket, a little right-handed shuffle pass to Phoebe, and a Euro step on the reverse layup. Now back the other way, and it's up and in for Ryan Harmala, who scores from the mid-post. 44-38, 8:35 and counting to go. This one is not over yet. Pequot Lakes has been within striking distance since this game started. At the free throw line with it is Spalding. Spalding shot missed, got his own rebound off the glass and in. That makes it 46-38, pushes the Cardinal lead to 8. Up the court is Kataska. Kataska hands it off there for Harmala. Harmala at the top of the key. Will reverse direction, get it back to Kataska. Kataska now gets it into the hands there of Logie. Logie shuffles it back to Harmala. Harmala back to Logie. Logie gets tied up, and they're going to call a jump ball. Possession arrow will favor the Patriots. They'll get the inbounds pass off the baseline to the left side of the basketball hoop. .752 and counting to go. Inbounds. Oh, and a foul on the Patriots. It's an offensive foul. He threw a little bit of an elbow there, and consider that a turnover if you wish. Inbounds pass will come in now here to Phoebe. Phoebe, excuse me. I'll get it right eventually. Phoebe will dish it off there into the hands there of Gagnon. Gagnon gets it in, and a nice dish pass there to Zach Newts from Brady Spalding for the basket. Across the paint, off the glass and in, and then now it's a 10-point game. 48-38 with 7:23 and counting to go. We'll see if Harmala can make it a single-digit deficit, and that he'll airball it to the left side of the hoop, out of bounds, and give the ball right back to the Cardinals. Patriots putting some pressure in the backcourt now with 7:10 and counting to go in the basketball game. And Phoebe will get it into the hands of Miller. And that was nearly tipped away there, but able to get it back with Spalding at midcourt. Now Spalding, free throw line, pass to Newts, he scores. from the free throw line. Spalding got the Newts on the low block on the near side of the lane, and he got it in off the glass for 2 more. And it's a 12-point advantage now for the Cardinals, 50-38. Spinning and shooting and missing. There was Logie. Back the other way now. It's Spalding with the basketball. Corner 3 on the way. No, yes, no. It was in and out, rolled around like a penny on one of those rollers at the mall, and then now back the other way. A 3's on the way up the front of the rim. He'll get his own rebound, dish a pass into the baseline. Now they pump it back out to Leposki, and Leposki will be fouled. 2 fouls for each team. And now 3 for the Cardinals. And we have a timeout on the floor, so we'll take one with them. We'll be right back here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Hammers Construction is now hiring for a project manager, superintendent, and construction laborers. Since 1956, Hammers Construction has served the region in construction for the commercial, industrial, and agricultural industries, while sticking to the core values of honesty, quality, and integrity. If that's you, then visit our website, hci-mn.com. View photos of recent projects, then click on the Careers tab to start the 2-minute application. Hammers Construction is an equal opportunity employer.
Odds are there's an ace right in your neighborhood. With expert advice and the right tools to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock. With people who know their stuff. Welcome to the Home Convenience Store.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell
and Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware,
right here in downtown Perham.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
All right, welcome back. 6:13 to go here in the second half. Patriots led by Leposki, 15, all 15 of those first half points for Leposki. 9 for Logie off the bench, 6 for Braden Spitska, and 2 for Nick Kataska. And now Logie has it again. A couple quick passes, they'll go into the hands of, can't quite see, it's Leposki with it. Leposki dribbling around, works the pass across the paint, and now down low to the glass, and is swatted out of bounds by Robert Olson. What a block shot there by Olson. If I had to rate all the block shots I've seen this season in the top 10, that would definitely be one of the top 2 that I've seen this year. That was pretty awesome. Fighting for the rebound, can't get the shot, airballed it from about 1 foot away from the basket, unfortunately, and the Cardinals will bring it back with a 12-point lead, 50-38, 5:38 counting to go here in the first half or second half of this basketball game. They'll get into the hands there of Spalding. Spalding double team, works it back out, Fody. Now Miller, back to Spalding in the near corner. Floats a pass, and it's intercepted. It's intercepted by Spitska. He goes down to the other end of the court. He gets fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Stops the clock with 5:19 to go here in the second half. And Spitska, Braden Spitska, the 6'1 sophomore with 6 points, goes to the free throw line to see if he can get a couple more. And he gets the first. Second free throw on the way and off the mark. He'll miss that one. Rebound will come down to the Cardinals. They'll bring it back up court. Fody floats a pass up court. 2 passes later, it's Hawk and Miller. Fody gets it back. They work it over here to Spalding. Spalding has it up top in between the circles. Hands it off there from Miller. Back to Spalding. High post. Thought about it. Works it back out to Miller. Back to Spalding. Now into the corner. Fody for a 3. Got it! Fody with the 3-pointer from the corner pushes the lead to 53-38. and have to readjust the score there, and the ball goes out of bounds to go back to the Patriots. So 53-38, 4:32 to go here in the second half. And another timeout has been taken, this one by the Cardinals. So the Cardinals will talk it over, and we'll take a 30-second break and be right back.
Hi, I'm Trevor Seaman with United Community Bank, and now we are in Long Weekend Sportswear talking with Tammy Seifert. Tammy, how are you?
Good, thanks.
What's the best part about working with United Community Bank?
They're local. They have been our best buddies since we purchased the business. They bent over backwards to educate us and let us know the best way to purchase this business. This was our first, endeavor of doing something so big. They've just always been there for us. I love just picking up the phone and calling. We just wouldn't be working with anybody else other than UCB.
All right, welcome back. 53-38 in favor of the Annandale Cardinals. 4:32 to go. It was a 2-point game at halftime, and the Patriots have not had the luck they had in the first half. We'll see if that changes here over the final 4.5. Spalding will work it into the hands there of Logie. Logie now gets it to Harmala. Harmala, Spalding for three. No, off the back of the mark, won't go. And Carson Gagnon with the rebound there for the Cardinals. Patriots put pressure in the backcourt. Cardinals still not over the half-court line until now. They get it to Spalding. Spalding, Fody into the corner. Now back to Fody. That far corner, that left corner, is my vision's blocked. I can't see who has the ball over there. Back to Fody. I guess I can look up at the monitor. Fody has it. They'll work it back to Spalding at the free throw line. One dribble, dribbles in, gives it back up. Fody now on the baseline. Some quick passing here. Spalding from about 8 feet floats one in with one hand. And that pushes the lead to 55-38. With the basketball now is Leposki. Leposki over to Harmala. Harmala on the left wing, puts the ball on the floor, dribbles back up, top of the key. They'll get it to Leposki again. Leposki drives into the paint. Fade away, got it! Fade away from about 12 feet. 55-40. And the Patriots have broken double digits here in the second half as they've now scored 10. With the basketball, though, is Carson Gagnon. Gagnon, and they're calling a kick ball. That was a questionable kick ball, and now they're calling a foul. 2:44 to go here, and it looks like the Cardinals will be on their way to the semifinals on Friday. Up 15 here, and it's been a second half dominated by the Cardinals. Nice pass in there to Gagnon to the hoop, and no, he'll miss it, but Newts gets the rebound, and they'll get an extra possession. They'll pass it around, try and chew up some clock here around the perimeter, and a foul. That is team foul number 4 on the Pequot Lakes Patriots, so they still have a couple to give before they send the Cardinals to the free throw line. Inbounds pass comes to Miller. Miller will get it right back after he passes it away there. Now they work it up top for Gagnon. Miller, free throw line. Back to Gagnon up top at the Timberwolves logo at midcourt. Back to Gagnon. Now left wing. Now back up top to Gagnon. Fody gets into the mix there. Was that shot before or after the whistle? I think it was before. I don't think it'll count. Cardinals with some electric fast passing here. It's a little bit hard to keep track of it. Inbounds pass goes up top here for Spalding. Spalding fires it back to Fabi. Fobi gets it to Miller, back to Spalding. Now back up top into the hands of Gagnon. Gagnon to Fobi. Fobi back to Spalding. Spalding rises up, avoids a foul, and now a foul is going to be called on Kataska. I'll stop the clock with a minute 40 to go. That's team foul number 6 on the Patriots. Inbounds pass to Miller, back to Spalding. Spalding high on the near side, on the elbow. Spalding gets it to Fobi, in between the circles. Fobi dribbles up, top of the key, goes back in between the circles. Dishes a pass off there for Gagnon. Gagnon back to Fobi at the top of the key. Fobi dribbles in the near wing, gets it to Haken Miller. Miller has the ball poked away, and the loose ball picked up there by Thurlow for the Patriots. He'll get it to Kataska. Now Harmla gets it down to the baseline there for, that is Thurlow, and that shot is missed, and the rebound comes to the Cardinals. Inside a minute to go. And a foul in the backcourt will be team foul number 7 on the Patriots. As the clock will stop with 48 seconds, and going to the free throw line is Bryce Fobi, the 5'9" senior, with his team leading 55-40. And now a host of subs will come in. 4 out, 4 in for the Cardinals, 5 out, 5 in for the Patriots, and I'm guessing as soon as Fabi finishes his free throws that they might have a sub for him as well. Bryce Fabi with 11 points so far, and he'll miss it, and Patriots will get the rebound. New faces on the court here. We'll try and get familiar with them. 31, Quanner Kale. He'll dish it off here to River Sommernes, and Sommernes will get the ball out here to Clay Erickson. Clay Erickson will work it up top for, couldn't see who that was. It was taken away by Fabi, who's still into the basketball game because of the missed free throw. And now a three-pointer on the way, and that one's off the mark, courtesy of Nick Jenigis. Out of bounds with 11 seconds to go. Now Fabi will come out. Coming in for Fabi is Maverick Ackerman, a 5'10" junior guard. And with 11 seconds to go, it will be Patriots basketball. They'll work it in there for, that is Leo Andalshek, and that'll do it. Your final score, the Annandale Cardinals 55. And the Pequot Lakes Patriots 40. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll talk to you tomorrow night at 8 o'clock for the Pequot Lakes Patriots and the Perham Yellow Jackets right here on Magnitude Sports. Have a great night.
The proceeding has been a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Media Network.